Yeah, we're live. I think we're live, yeah.
Yep, we live.
All right, let's get it. What's up, superhero fans? Welcome back to another episode of Superhero Related. And in this video, we got a lot to talk about, right? We got Marvel Spider-Man 2
Mm-hmm.
DLC speculation. We have the PlayStation 5. We don't have the specs for it yet, but we did get some type of image of for fans who are speculating that this could be the new look to the PlayStation 5 Pro. We got Marvel's Wolverine to talk about. We got the Marvel's Venom game, and we got the speculated PlayStation showcase. I am here joined today with Skadoosh and Modern Dragon. These guys are some very good content creators. I've done a live stream before with Skadoosh. I have Modern Dragon, who I just met a couple days ago. He obviously graced us with his appearance on a live stream today. I'm very excited about that. So I'm going to actually throw it off to Skadoosh. He can let you guys know a little bit about himself, and we can go from there.
Well, what's up, everybody? So, mostly I deal with superhero games. So, Spider-Man, mostly. I talk about anything superhero related. We're not taking anything from his name. But yeah, so we're here to talk about everything in regards to PlayStation 5 Pro. We're all excited. We got state of play coming in. Apparently, it's a state of play, not a showcase. Yeah, so probably like debate and speculate on what's to come next, kind of thing. So if you guys want to keep yourselves up to date, check out my channel. I'm trying to get back in. What about you, Modern Dragon?
What's up, everybody? Modern Dragon here. I do a lot of anime reactions. I do some gaming. I just started the gaming part of it, and I do some political stuff on the side. But yeah, right now I'm getting into the Arkham series, playing Arkham City right now. That's how I met superhero related here, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the discussion today. Go ahead if you like any of that, Arkham series that I'm looking at right now, or One Piece. That's what I'm reacting to currently, and I also do some Demon Slayer. So if you like that, go and check out my channel,
Oh,
subscribe,
Demon
like, and
Slayer. Sick.
yeah, Demon Slayer, man.
Demon Slayer is sick. I was actually watching the anime on that one. I was watching that one. That
Yeah.
that one's sick. Okay. That one's sick. You haven't seen it, have you?
No Demon Slayer.
I've not
Oh
finished it.
man, dude,
I
you
told
missing
you,
out,
man.
bro.
I'm a big Naruto, Dragon Ball Z kind of
I,
guy, man. I
I've
never
not
Dude, if you
finished
like
it, but I'm
Naruto,
kind of
you'll like
enticed
Demon
to watch
Slayer.
playing. Kind of enticed on playing the game. I think the game will be nice. You know, like
Yeah, I
there's
heard
something
they
about
do
these,
have a
these
game
anime
out.
games that are really nice. Yeah, something
So
about this anime games. You know.
yeah, they it's because it's so much power packed into these
Yeah,
things.
they make you feel like you're some invincible guy or something. Do you know, you can do
Yeah,
some crazy stuff.
you can almost do um everything in there, like blow up half the planet like they did in some of the old Tenkaichi games, right?
Blow out the planet,
Literally
bro.
shoot a
Epic
spirit bomb.
finish.
Bro.
All right, so we got a lot of speculation. I know people were thinking that Marvel Spider-Man 2 DLC was going to get announced here at the showcase. Jeff Grubb actually did a live stream. I want to say maybe it was a week ago, maybe two, where he
Exactly.
talked about the speculated September state of play. Now we had one that was in what May, I think I want to say a while back that was really I
I think
think
a
was
few
mainly
months
around,
ago.
yeah, it was like but
It
it
was,
mainly
it was like
circulated.
1 week before Summerfest, Summer
Yeah,
Game Fest. A
yeah.
week before
So
that, yeah, yeah.
and it came super last minute, right? It was one of those things like fans were like, "Well, are we getting it?" Because it was like the last
Bro,
3 days of the month, and it just
they
came
literally
out of
announced
nowhere.
it 2 days
Yeah,
before, 3 days before. Hey guys, listen. By the way, we're still doing the stealth play.
yeah. So and
Stupid.
he did speculate, right? He said no showcase. This is going to be a state of play, and like I said, if I'm going to listen to anybody as of right now, leaker wise, Jeff Grubb has been almost 10 times out of 10 right, and he even said it's not a showcase, so we don't need to expect a bunch of games that will be there. It might be circulating around like the rumor PlayStation 5 Pro stuff like that, but people were thinking like Marvel Spider-Man 2 DLC. What do you think about it? Do you guys think that DLC would be announced at the speculated the rumored showcase, or do you think
Right.
we're not getting DLC at all? I
Hold
know
on.
your take on it.
Hold on. What did Jeff Grubb say, first of all?
A PlayStation state of play, man.
Yeah, what did he say about Spider-Man on the PlayStation showcase? Did he mention anything in regards to Spider-Man?
He didn't, man. I hate to admit it, but
He
he
didn't.
didn't.
Oh, he didn't. Oh, really? Didn't he? That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. Look, to be honest, I'm not really like over hyped about whether it's gonna be there or not. Like somehow I've kind of like thrown in the towel. Where I'm like, if it comes, good. If it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. You know what I mean? There are other games in 2025 I'm looking forward to. That's what I want to see in this showcase. I want to see Ghost of Tsushima 2. I want to see what Santa Monica's been working on ever since God of War Ragnarok. I know they gave us some kind of a DLC, but it's not really a DLC. It's a roguelike type game. But I want to see what they're coming up with next. 2025 is meant to be, the year with a lot of hitters coming out. I want to see what the ground is, and also for the PlayStation 5 Pro, because a lot of people have been talking about how the PS5 Pro feels. So how the PS5 feels underpowered. Because when the console came out, it felt like it's meant to be this next gen. We haven't seen any games that actually pushes the console to its limits. So I would like to see what the PS5 Pro is capable of doing, how it's going to change the gaming industry, and see if people are still enticed to the PlayStation Pro concept. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, so I want to see new titles from Sony. If they don't come with Marvel Spider-Man, that's fine. That's cool. And I
he's
also know, hold
he's
on,
giving up hope.
I also know Insomniac is working on other titles. That's the kind of stuff I want to see. Maybe Marvel Wolverine. I'd like to see Wolverine instead of Spider-Man. Something totally new. Especially after the whole leaked, footage out there. I want to see how they've been able to change it and get, because I know they've definitely taken feedback from all the, criticisms that happened when the game got um leaked. So I want to see what they've done with it, how they've reacted to it, and how they've used it in their advantage. That's pretty much it.
What do you think, Modern? You think DLC is probably going to be coming to the state of play, or you think they're just going to focus on one particular game, like you said, Ghost of Tsushima 2, things like that? Do you think that the Spider Man's going to be there, man? I'm remaining optimistic, but I want to get your aspect on things.
My opinion on it would be like they're probably gonna tease it, but they're not gonna show much. Like if anything, they're gonna be like, "Oh, we're working on a project right here. We haven't forgot about you, Spider-Man 2 fans and everything like that. Here's like a little snippet, like concept art or something that got leaked about the Beetle and things of that sort." And so they might hint at what they're gonna do, but I don't think they're gonna have a full blown like trailer for us or even a teaser. I think they're just
Yeah.
gonna hint at it.
Yeah, and that's one of the things they have been not necessarily doing over on Twitter, but like if we go like back to Insomniac's games, like whenever they post on their Twitter page and they post things, like the new like old Ratchet and Clank games that they've made, Sunset Overdrive. When we talked on the last podcast style video we did live stream with Alex from Podcast Now, they're not flat out saying no, right? This is what essentially they're giving the fans to go based off of, which is fine, by the way. And I don't really have an issue with it, but they're saying things like this, and this was August 27th. Is there anything new, any type of DLC for us? Right, we have nothing new to announce. Now, they've done this in the past. Insomniac Games, they've said that there's nothing new to announce when they're actually working on certain things, like when they had the last this was last year where they had the developers come up there where they actually showcased the Marvel Spider-Man 2 theme music. They actually played that for the fans. They had some gameplay for the fans as well. And one thing I noticed about them is that they don't give a direct answer if they're actually working on something, right? So the guy asked them a while last year, is there anything new not new to announce, but is Eddie Brock in Insomniac's universe? They said yes. Okay, well now the next question is Eddie Brock going to be Venom? They said no. They said they're going to do a separate approach, something that's never been done in movies, TV shows, and comics, which like even now, right, looking back at it, they kind of lied in a sense, because Harry Osborn was Venom in the Ultimate Spider-Man series that aired on Disney XD a while back. So even then, it's kind of like you got to take what they say with a grain of salt when it comes to certain things. Like if they're not working on DLC, I don't think that they have no problem just saying no, opposed to saying we have nothing new to announce. I think that they're still working on something. DLC is still going to come. The game did phenomenally well. They only needed 7 million copies. They oversold with 11 million, and that's just my point of view on that. I think that Wolverine is something that they need to get out. because, like we talked about before, Sony does like the rush projects like that, and they're going to want to try to get it out as fast as possible. So I think DLC is still coming. I think that the main focus as of right now is going to be um,
Marvel Wolverine.
Marvel Wolverine. What do you
Well, I
think,
think there's a
Skadoosh?
lot of
Oh, sorry, go ahead, Mona.
I think that's right. I think that a lot of studios, what they do is that they'll take a look at the current state of how many people are online playing their game, things of that sort. And if they feel like it's dying down, then they push most of their attention to upcoming projects. I mean, you're seeing it right now with this little Xbox game called State of Decay. They have been pushing like new content updates for State of Decay 2 for like dang near like 5 to 7 years already. And then just recently they announced, hey, we're gonna have one last update and then we're gonna move on to our main project, which is State of Decay 3, which is supposed to be like this new revolutionary, in terms of graphics and the way you play the game. And so they just decided, you know what, like we're kind of done with State of Decay 2. We're moving on to State of Decay 3. Thank you for your support and things of that sort, but we have to move on. I think that's
Yeah,
what we're seeing with Spider-Man 2, that they're seeing a downplay in their player count, and they're like, okay, we might do the DLC. We're not gonna promise anything, but like we're gonna put most of our focus onto probably Marvel's Wolverine.
that's what I'm saying, bro. And I kind of think people. I don't think people would be sad if the game doesn't have a DLC. Like if it just had a just maybe let's say a different like what was the name again? Like how they did with Miles Morales. So they give us like a different title, but all centered towards Silk.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean? Instead of giving us a DLC, just give us some mini game like 2 years down the line, and then before that we get Marvel Spider-Man 3. Come see, come ça. I don't really care. Just you know what I mean? Like I've got to that point where you know what, Insomniac, you could do whatever you want to do, bro. Like
He's losing
2025
hope.
GTA 6 is dropping. Who want to play Marvel Spider-Man 2? GTA 6 is out, bro. Oh, bro. GTA 6?
He's losing hope, man. This
Marvel
was
Spider-Man 2 could take a back seat, bro. GTA 6, we're out here. GTA 6, Rise of Hydra. What's the other game? Oh,
Well, Marvel Rivals coming out
Marvel's coming out
December
in December.
6th. That's
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So um,
What's it again, bro? Now all the games coming out next year. I know that quite a ton of them.
quite a Marvel games. EA's Iron Man was speculated
Yeah,
to come out
Iron Man was yeah,
2025.
yeah,
So EA's
2025.
Iron Man, we got Rise of Hydra 1946. Marvel's Rivals we thought were supposed to come out in 2025. I was thinking beginning, but it actually came out it's coming out the end of this year, December 6th. Um, we have it's a couple other video games that they have coming out in the superhero genre. But and it's like you said, man, he don't think fans are going to be upset. I think people are going to be pissed. I think people are going to be so
Think
pissed
so?
because yeah, because it's like
'Cause
one of
they
those
never
things. Like
promised anything, just like you said. So why are you
yeah,
getting pissed for? They never
yeah,
said yes or no. So basically, they never promised. All
dude,
this is
people,
all
Yeah.
speculations because people saw
people,
how the first one went and they saw it had a DLC, so they want this one to have a DLC as well. Just like
that
happened
is true.
with GTA 5. When GTA 5 released, everyone wanted a DLC for GTA 5, but instead Rockstar went the online route.
Yeah,
And that
but
might be what they were trying to do
you
with the
talking about with the
GTA.
great way up, with the speculated great way up game. So yeah, I don't know, man. I think DLC's still gonna come. I'm gonna still remain the optimistic Spider-Man guy. What's
No,
up,
no, but we
Hunter?
got you, bro. We got you, bro.
We
I'm
gotta.
Well, I think it's
I'm
going to be on the
optimistic
back
as well.
burner. I don't think that they're focusing on it on the DLC. I think they're going to
Exactly, they're
release it
not.
like Skadoosh is saying. He's going to be like, yeah, if we do it, great. We throw something at him or whatever. But at the same
Yeah.
time, they still have to pop out content for people. So I
Think
think they're
about
going to trickle it
Santa
out.
Monica. Do you know what Santa Monica could be making, bro? From God of War? Like people are sleeping on Santa Monica. They're gonna come with some crazy stuff. Forget about Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog's they've been falling behind for the past few years now. They came from making one of the bangers in PlayStation games, Uncharted 3, Uncharted 4, Uncharted 4 Thieves End. That's a really good game. Lost Legacy, a lot of people slept on that game. That game's really good as well. I played a lot. It's probably one of my favorites. Yeah, so they definitely won't go back to Uncharted series. So they're gonna come up with something totally new. And we know Naughty Dogs are really good at. I think they did somehow insinuated or hinted towards Last of Us 3 or kind of a prequel before Joe died. So like a story with his brother or something. That'll be interesting.
They have to, yeah, they have to include Joel in the next series, man. Like
Yeah, but that's gonna be like in
as
4 years'
much
time,
as good as the
3 years.
as good as the gameplay was on The Last of Us 2, like
Yeah.
without Joel, it felt without. It felt like there was something missing.
Have
It's
you played
like The
Last of Us
Walking
2?
Dead when they killed off Glenn or something.
Yeah, or like when Rick left after
Yeah,
season 9, like a bunch of fans dropped off because they're like, "Well, the main character's not there anymore, so why am I watching?"
yeah.
Have you played Last of Us 2?
I haven't played
Yeah.
two, but I played the first one.
You haven't played Last of Us 2,
I
bro.
haven't played two, but I
Oh
played the
my
first one.
god,
The
bro.
first the first one
I've
was
played
really
Last of Us
good.
2 6 times.
Oh
Six
man.
times.
Look, we can tell he has the
Six
entire setup in the
times.
background, the
All
360,
right,
the
what do you think
Elite
of Abby?
controller.
That's
Kadoosh,
the
what do you think of Abby?
Abby. To be honest, I'll
Do you think she's
say
like a future character?
nah, I wouldn't say future character. I'll say maybe the baby
Yeah.
that what's her name again? Ellie's girlfriend. You know what I'm talking
Oh
about?
yeah, yeah, dude, that
The
girl,
the baby might be the
Ellie's
future.
girlfriend, like
The,
did the whole squad dirty when she like went along with the whole like thing, and then she reveals like halfway through, oh yeah, I'm prego. It's like what the fuck,
Yeah,
man?
no. That's why I like that's why I like the game. It has this, volatile way to keep your emotions like a roller coaster. Do you know what I mean? Like from one thing to the
Yeah.
other. That's what I like about the game. Honestly, I'll say what I don't understand what people get annoyed about is how Joe died and why Joe got killed. And people are like, oh no, we don't like that they killed off Joe because he's the main character, sort of. Do you know what I mean? So they have this, feeling towards him, like they should maybe kill him with a very nice, maybe not with something too hard, bro. Like we live in a post-apocalyptic world where Joe killed off someone's dad and other people. If he gets caught, there's no law. Like there's no longer law. Do you know what I mean? What do you expect them to give him a pat
Yeah.
in the back? No, they're gonna smash his head. Like he died how he was
Well,
gonna like.
I think they were
We live in a world. People, like,
well, I
bro,
think
there's,
they were
there's
upset on
zombies
how he went
outside.
out. Like he
Do
didn't.
you know what I mean? That's the world
Well,
he's in.
yeah,
How is
like
expecting
I
to
think
go
that
out?
they got upset off like how he was captured and then how he went out because Joel was always seen as like this rugged, like badass that like goes charging in, takes everybody out like some way. He gets help every so often. So like the way that he goes in, hey guys, how's it going? I just saved your girl. We're all cool, right? Yeah. No. Oh
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
you're
I
actually
know.
the bad guys.
Yeah,
And
I
then
know what
like
you're
he
saying.
didn't have like no epic, like Batman in like BVS where he's in the warehouse, smashing people into like
yeah,
concrete or boxes and stuff like that. And then finally somebody gets a lucky shot off. And then you have the scene with the
You see, yeah.
with the golf club, then that would have been a little bit different. But it was just like, okay, shoot him in the leg. He's pretty much crippled. Grab him, put him to the side, and then I'm gonna beat his ass down. Like they felt like they did him dirty.
Not
I
gonna
gotta
lie to
check
you.
this game out,
You
bro.
have to play it, bro. The
I
only
gotta check
part
it
where I
out.
think Naughty Dog dropped the ball is where they, after the whole thing, we went out to hunt Abby, and she still didn't kill, like not kill her, but at least do something.
That pissed me off,
Like
dude.
she could have killed, like just kill her, just give us that satisfaction that the mission is completed. We went out for vengeance and we killed Abby, but they saved her, and then she came back with like she lost like 2 fingers as well. That was the
Oh
part that
yeah,
pissed
spit
me
him
off.
off,
That was the part.
dude.
But I've went so many
The
ways.
part that pissed me off the most about that wasn't even about that, like that she lived. The part that she put up a fight. That girl was out there for like a month and a half,
I should
hanging
still put up
with
a
no
fight.
food or water, or very minimum. She had no strength left. She would have drowned just by laying in the water. There's no way she's
Yeah,
putting
that's
up a
true.
fight against freaking
That's
the
true.
main girl.
That's
There's
true.
no
That's
way.
true. That's
That's
true.
what really
Maybe
got
that's
to me.
what,
I was like, there's
or
no way
maybe
she's
that's why
putting
they're
up a
trying to make
fight.
her the main character. You think she's gonna be next Last of Us game? Nah, hell no, bro. I
She
would say
better
they'll
not
make
be,
a
dude. She
prequel.
better not be.
They have
Abby
to
better
make a
not be the
prequel.
main character, bro. That would be
They
like
gotta
the
make a
biggest
prequel.
like fu to Joel, and I can't
Yeah,
believe
that'd
I'm
be
like
insane.
posting on her name. Yeah, and
I
that
gotta check
kid,
that out.
the little kid that was with her, he's like a throwaway. It's like, okay, yeah, he was with her, whatever. Like I had like no connection to him and his sister.
The Last of Us Part 2. Amazing game. So, how much do you think a PS5 Pro will cost when it comes out? What's the price tag you think they're going to give this? Give this bad boy.
I think probably I mean if they're charging for like the PlayStation not the PlayStation but the MetaQuest 3 headsets $499.
Yo,
I
put
would
up the
assume
PlayStation
I
thing
would assume that it's going to be it would be more
so
than
you can
that.
see it. How much?
I would assume that it's going to be more than I would assume that it's going to be more $200 more than the PlayStation
So now
the
the PS5 is currently at what? Five
I think
hundred plus pounds here, like a
yeah,
brand new one. I'm guessing.
yeah,
So it'll be like £700. 700. So that would be about $800 for you guys.
yeah. No,
That
So
sounds about right.
yeah, almost. But this is the image that people are going based off of on Twitter. Um, this little
yeah, I think that's what they said. It will look almost exactly as the PS5, the regular one. I mean the new PS5, not the launch version.
yeah,
The one that came out like two months ago, a month ago.
yeah. So it says this is
The
the
slim.
one. This is the Pro right here on the left, and this is going to be this is the PS5 that we have now on the right. So it looks like they basically added three more additional lines, three
Just
more
like they
additional
did,
lines
just they
to
did
it.
with the PS5, PS4 Pro.
Well,
Yeah,
Two extra
the
stacks.
image I saw, yeah, the image I saw, it shows the PS5 is white, and they're showing that the PS5 Pro is going to be black with like
yeah.
blue
This is a
hue.
different image. This is a different image. Hold on. Go get the right image. Hold on. I think I got someone here.
If you do put it on screen, because I actually saw it on Twitter as well, but this was just like a little layout of it. But I did see the black version with the blue stripes.
I have the
Um,
picture on my phone, but it's right here. I have it. Let me share it to you. I'm trying to open a link, see if I can get it.
yeah, but
What? Yeah, right here. I have it. I'm sending it. I'll go request for the share screen, right?
let me check this bad boy out. Me personally, I'm gonna get it. I actually sold the PlayStation 3 that I had to my buddy because he was looking for one. I actually sold it to him for like $300, and I just ended up buying the I ended up
Did
buying
you
the
get it?
yeah, there it is right there.
Yeah, that's what you saw, right?
No, this is the one that we were talking about. Was like you saw the actual image of it. It was black,
Oh,
literally
you
looks
saw the
just like
actual image of it.
man. It's speculation, so I'm not believing
No,
anything unless it comes from somebody
this is the
else.
one I believe. I believe this one.
Yeah, it looks
This is the
literally
one.
just like
This one
this.
that's going around. Yeah, so it's gonna look like the one we have now, but it's gonna have these extra things here.
Okay, yeah, the
Yeah,
one I saw was like it looked like it was like 30% bigger than that, like a than the actual PS5. It looked like it was 30% bigger, and it almost looked like a gaming PC from what I saw. Like that's what they were trying to model it as.
A gaming
Uh,
PC.
I mean, like I could be completely wrong. It could be completely fake, but that's what I saw, and I was like, wow, okay.
yeah. I
Based
saw.
off, of,
See, I saw
Yeah, I'm
some with
definitely getting
these
it.
lines right here, and then this is the one that I saw. Um, this is the one that I saw right here. That was on this one right here.
yeah.
This is the one that I saw. It literally
Bro,
looks just like
there's
this.
no way you believe this is real.
No,
That's
no, no.
AI right there, bro.
But this, it looked just like this, but it had the rest of the lines on it as well. This is definitely like some type of cheap knockoff website or something. But they said in the aspect of this is what it was going to look like. It was going to be black, like Modern said. It'll have the four lines going across of it with the blue LED lights going around it, and
I don't
even
know about
even
that, bro. I don't know where you're
e-
getting your information from.
shit,
Yeah,
shit. This
this guy
seems
out,
like
bro.
it's like an Arabian website, but it literally looks like the same model as the one that you just showed on screen. Um, with the white version, except this the black one that I saw had the same amount of lines. It was just a black design.
From what I heard, it's gonna be white.
Man, you
okay.
think so?
I guess we'll find out in a few weeks.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think the aesthetics are irrelevant.
It's
The
what's
specs
inside.
is what everybody really cares about.
yeah,
It's what this console's gonna do. But at the same
because
time, it's what you're gonna be looking at.
yeah, it's really more so like right. We were talking about he got the Black Myth Wukong gang, and he said it's scaled at resolution of 1080p.
It looks shit. I mean,
Yeah,
if you're playing on performance mode, it takes it down to 1080p, and then tries to render it on your screen at somewhat close to 1440p, but it's not 1440p. You can tell. And if you try
and
to play on 4K, it does 4K 30 frames. So if you wanna achieve 60, you have to take it down to performance. Because when the PS5 says it does 4K, it's not native 4K. It's literally rendering the game on 1440p in the back end and showing you something that's quite similar. It's like an upscaled 4K. Do you know what I mean? Because the PS5 is doing 4K. Why is the PS5 Pro now going to do native 4K? Because the PS5 never did native 4K.
right,
It can't do native
Yeah.
4K at 60 frames. Like even the 4090 graphics card do struggle sometimes with that thing with a few games. You know what I mean?
yeah, depending on
When he
how big
says
it is.
Call of Duty 4K 120, okay, yeah, but it's slightly not quite 4K 4K. It's really hard to. So the levels of 4Ks, I would say. That's the way to put it.
Yeah, and I think even then, right? It's just it even like on the basic PlayStation 5 box when you get that thing and it says 8K, it says 8K on it, and it's like, man,
They
how?
don't do 8K, bro.
There's not
I
even
don't do
there's
8K.
yeah, it's not
It's
no
it's all
8K.
marketing.
Yeah,
They're
no
just trying to
Yeah.
8K.
market.
No, it's no 8K games out on this version digital, any of that stuff. So it's kind of like if you guys are having a hard time upscaling it to 4K, and even then, I think like right maybe somewhere in the future it might be able to update. Just because it's a console, it's gonna constantly update until it gets ready to shoot craps. What's the expected life on a console? What 5 years people say on a system, depending on how well you take care of it, clean it, dust it out, stuff like that. So it's like you said, they're trying to keep up with a PC, and it's like, man, PCs are steps ahead. Like I play games on the PC, and it's almost like it isn't fair to even want to go touch a console again.
The
You
PS5
know,
can't keep up with PC. That's
yeah.
impossible.
Even a,
It,
even a
Yeah.
even a
it,
pro, I don't think that they're going to even be able to.
nah, it
No,
won't.
it's just
If you want to make up to PC, then you have to charge PC prices. That's the thing. Most people who play on console, they want a PC performance, but they don't want to spend
spend the PC money.
PC money. Do you know what I mean? You
Yeah,
you can't get
Yeah.
what consoles are gonna do is to give you the convenience of how to play games. If you
yeah,
want to get out of the
Oh yeah.
convenience
Yeah.
of just turning it on and playing it straight away, you don't have to think of downloading this, downloading that, this error, that error. Try to nah. If you just want to turn on and play console, if you want extra
Well, yeah.
bit,
It's like a convenience.
PC.
It's convenience economy. It's all about UI, user
Yeah.
interface.
That's
yeah.
literally what PC is. I mean console.
I think like I said, it's going to sell for $200 more than what is the basic PlayStation 5. The digital version the digital is $499. The physical copy with the disc is what $599.
Mhm.
I would assume they would charge $100 more for this, maybe 200. But even then it's still at the point to where it's like, man, do I spend the money on the pro, or do I get, like what's going to come down to it, if it's shown at the showcase, it has to show like Black Myth Wukong shouldn't play at 1080p, 30 frames per second. If you're trying to put it in performance mode, that thing should be at almost 4K resolution, 60 frames per second. It needs to be stuff like that. The response time with the controllers and loading screens, like how like what else can you really iterate on this newer console opposed to the one that we have now, the basic PlayStation 5, and do better. It's because it's a lot more that you guys can do spec wise. I did hear somebody say that like the Wi-Fi, it's going to be like a Wi-Fi signal booster in it, to where it'll reach it'll still hold the correct amount of Wi-Fi, not Wi-Fi inside of it, but the connection speeds, no matter where you are in the house. I did hear something like that. Like if you're in the basement, it's still going to have the same connection speed if you're in the living room and stuff like that. So that's everything that I've heard so far, was that, and the it being a black design with the 4 LED stripes on it. But besides that, I haven't heard anything new. And again, it's still all speculation, just as well as the the showcase itself.
Yeah.
He said-
Well,
Well,
anyways, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you.
well, didn't they say it's supposed to be released like as early as Tuesday, this coming Tuesday?
they said it's supposed to be. So I saw a video yesterday
Wait, this
that
guy's
said
coming skedaddle.
he called you skedaddle. Dude's like a pervert or something. I'm pretty sure. Uh, dude said that on the video it was said that the like you said maybe 2 days out, 2 weeks, and then they said the state of play is supposed to be at the towards the end of the month. So if they're already pushing for the PS5 Pro to come out 2 weeks before the oh, he fixed it and says Caduce. Good job. That guy's silly, man. Um even even if they do promote it 2 weeks before the state of play, I'm interested in what's the difference going to be, because we know for a fact if they're already um pushing it out, they're already pushing it out 2 weeks before the state of play, people are already going to have the specs for it already, because there are going to be people playing it, unless they're signing something crazy like you can check this out and you sign NDAs or something like that. But even then,
Oh,
I
you
don't
know
I
that's
don't
happening.
yeah, that's the only thing that I can think of is like the people that have it, and they probably get them like a game that's probably going to be released with it, kind of like they did with the Spider-Man Miles Morales with the P5 when it dropped. That was the game that they released with it. Get like a bundle or something like that,
Mhm.
just to show that the upscaling of the graphics and things like that. Maybe new controller design, because I doubt they're going to keep the same controller
I think the
design.
controller's pretty good.
Yeah, the controller's great. Like even like now, like I got this. This is the limited edition Spider-Man controller I have hooked up to the PC. That
For some reason, it's somehow more comfortable to play on this than the Xbox controllers nowadays.
yeah, yeah. I think
So I'm
it's
so
just
used
more
to
so like the bigger the hands are, it's just like
the grip on is
yeah,
big. Yeah.
yeah. So I think like for me, like I said, maybe they'll probably do a new controller design, but I don't. I'm kind of like 50-50 with that, because when the PlayStation 4 Pro came out, it wasn't really there was no new controller at all. It was the same one that you would use for the PlayStation 4 essentially. So they just made the jump from each year. PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, 3, and then 4. And even on a 3 controllers, it almost is basically the same as the 4 almost essentially, besides the little pad in the middle. You know what I mean? It's just so I don't know. I think I
Yeah.
think they're going to
It
upscale a
went
lot of
from the
things
six
to it.
axis
Yeah.
to DualShock, right?
Yeah, that's what it was. So
Yeah.
I think they're going to upscale a lot of stuff inside of the PlayStation 5 Pro, but they're not going to have anything that's like a new controller design. I think it's going to be the same as this one, except it's like if it's a black console, you get a black controller with it, obviously. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
I don't know.
Well, I think
To
that
be honest,
I think you're right about like the promotion part, to where like they're gonna like make the PS5 Pro, but like with some skins, like Wukong, or Spider-Man 2, or they may even release like Spider-Man 2 DLC with it. That might be like a draw too, to be like, okay, so you can get Marvel Spider-Man 2 and with the DLC attached to it or something like that, to make it just a little bit more appealing, something like that.
Like Ghost of Tsushima 2 bundle or something like that.
oh,
Mm.
Ghost of Tsushima, bro. I'm waiting for that game. If they release that with a PlayStation 5, like a bundle, yeah, I'm definitely getting it. Definitely gonna get it. You've not played Ghost of, bro. That you're missing a lot of titles, bro.
Yeah,
You
I
need to
am.
play Ghost of
I am.
Tsushima. You need to play God of War
Like, I've
Ragnarok.
been wanting to
You need to play
play
Last
Ghost
of
of
Us
Tsushima.
2.
Is it really that
You've
good?
not played you. I'm in a chat with two people who haven't played Ghost of Tsushima. Oh my days! It's one of the best
He
games
just
out
said
there,
it. He
bro.
just said the line. He just
Oh,
It's
said the line. Oh my days. He
it's
just said the
bro.
line.
It's one of the best games out there on the PlayStation titles.
there you
But
go,
trust me,
Darius Brooks. I got him to say it. I got him to say
Darius.
it.
yeah, but it's one of the best games out there. Try it out, try it out. Trust me, it has this feel of what Assassin's Creed is trying to do with
Yeah,
Assassin's
that's
Creed
why. And
Japan.
that's why I said I told you I am gonna
Stealth
play that,
mode, everything. It's amazing. The graphics, chef kiss.
because the Assassin's Creed Shadow looks phenomenal when they showed that the little 12-minute gameplay of that. So I'm gonna go play those games so I can
Bro,
get into
you
the
can
lore.
literally change your stances while you're fighting. So let's say if the enemy has a
Oh,
shield
okay.
and some other kind of weapon, the stance you're using is not going to break through the shield, so you have to change to the shield for to the stance for the
Like a
shield.
more for like a heavier attack opposed to like
Yeah,
a
they
quicker.
have different type of enemy. You can have like maybe 10 of them. They have different, weapons, which means you always gotta change your stances based on who you're fighting. So it keeps you on your
Oh, that's
toes while
cool.
you
They're
play
doing
the
like a
game.
little yeah, they're playing a
Yeah,
little homage to do you guys ever play that old game Shem Shamoon or something like that? I forget
Shimon.
the name of it.
Nah,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not.
it's
I
like
know.
one character where you're able to like learn different techniques as like you're traveling and stuff like that. It's a martial arts game.
I know what he's talking about. It's
Not heard of it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's something that everybody was. They do like mods on it now to where like the Daredevil skins and stuff like that. They I can't remember the name of the game, but it does start with an S. He's right. It's something that really people really enjoy. It's not
Sekiro?
really
Sekiro?
no,
Not
it's not. It
Sekiro.
doesn't even give like the graphics that's on there. It's like C suite something like that. But the graphics isn't like Assassin's Creed or like a Black Myth. It's
Hold on.
kind of
No,
like a Black
it's
Myth a
very
little
like
bit.
2D.
Yeah, yeah, 2D,
Oh,
go down the
2D.
hallway, beat some guys up.
Oh, I think I know. Oh,
I can't think of the name of it
No,
though.
but as you were saying about the stances and
yeah,
ghosts,
stances. Yeah.
yeah, the stances it's the same thing there to where you have to change your technique while you're fighting certain opponents, or else you're gonna lose. You're gonna get your ass beat. So like
You
stuff like
guys need to
that.
try it. And not just that, there's no map in the game. Like you know how you can pinpoint your place when you go in the game and it shows you in your screen like a yellow dot or something. There's none of that in the game. If you want to get to a place, you open the map on the menu, you click on it, and if you want directions to get there, like how you would in GTA, you have the map on Assassin's Creed, got this red
Yeah,
or
yeah,
yellow thing
yeah.
on your screen, it leads you there, maybe on the floor or something. You have the wind. All you need to do is you swipe up on your D-pad, and the wind blows, and
You gotta
you
follow.
know,
It's kind of like the
yeah,
Hogwarts Legacy when you open up
leaves
the book.
leaves and
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that.
yeah,
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 it's bro. You need to play good. You feel like bro. 2 hours in, you think you're samurai. So I'll be
Samurai
like,
Black,
go
man.
show. Trust me, it's amazing. Goes to Tsushima.
Yeah,
I'm,
so
I'm waiting for part two.
I'm
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 definitely
gonna
waiting for
definitely
part
have to
two.
I'm gonna definitely have to check that out, man. I'm slacking on a lot of games. Oh, you know what game that that was supposed to be releasing in 2025? Marvel's Wolverine. That's the other game we were thinking about.
Yeah, Marvel's
That's
Wolverine. That would have been a bigger hit this year.
that's the game.
Don't know if
It's a
it's a
lot.
good thing if it's coming out when GTA 6 comes. I feel like any game coming out when GTA 6 dropping is just suicide.
It's yes, definitely like you said, suicide for sure. It's gonna be too
Definitely not the
much.
same month. Give it like 4 months ahead, bro. Drop it like 4 months behind or 4 months ahead. Because, bro, GTA 6 is going to be everywhere on YouTube.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Everyone is going to. When GTA 6 trailer dropped, I was seeing channels that had nothing to do with gaming covering it. That's how big.
Look, what I'm worried about with this, right, is it's so many leaks on YouTube right now that I don't even watch. Like I see it and I got scroll past it because it's literally like concept art of costumes, playable characters. Like it's so many leaks on this game. It's kind of like, man, will they even still make profit from this with all of the leaks that's out there? I'm pretty sure people are still gonna buy it. But if it would have never been leaked through the Rosita team that hacked every Insomniac, what was it back in February this year? January maybe, somewhere in the beginning of this year. Rosita, I think that's what they were calling themselves when they hacked all of that information and leaked all of this stuff. Man, it's so many things that you can find, like the costumes for Wolverine, the playable characters. There's even like a back end build of the game itself that's people are being able to play on PC. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
people are able to download this and play it on PC.
You see, to be honest, like for a game to still be relevant after all those leaks, the game has to show that it is bigger than the leaks.
Yeah,
For example, GTA
Yeah.
6. No matter the amount of leaks you show me for GTA 6, I'm still gonna play. I'm still gonna buy the game day one. I'm gonna play it. I don't care how many leaks I see. Same thing as Red Dead Redemption 2. I went into playing Red Dead, knowing what's gonna happen at the end. Still didn't care. I still played the game. I had so much fun. There's random pop-up moments that happen while you're playing the game, so you can meet some, stranger. You want to help the stranger. The stranger ends up robbing you, and you end up being a gang fight. You know what I mean? Just the game's just amazing. I still played it. No, have you guys played it? Red Dead Redemption 2.
yeah. Man, that you
Oh
can
yeah.
and
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Red
We
Dead.
You
yeah.
played it?
Yeah,
Okay,
Red
so
Dead 2, you can literally access like almost 70-80% of the buildings that
of the
are on.
buildings, do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I played the
So
game knowing Arthur was gonna die. Someone wrote the thing on the YouTube comment in the game's trailer, so I was reading it and he dropped it there. I was like, bro, why?
Oh,
Why,
that
bro?
sucks.
Why? That's like a day before the game drops. I don't know how. I think there was just like a few leaks on the plot or what happened in the game or something, and he dropped it there, and I was like, bro. But I still got the game, still played it, and I loved it. So it depends how big the
Man,
game's gonna be.
that's like
So
coming out
even
from watching Revenge of the Empire and going like, can you believe that Darth Vader is Luke's dad?
right.
oh man, ruining the whole thing. Spoilers are crazy, man.
No, but
Spoilers
that
are
game was
crazy.
just so good. Like you were saying before, it's like it's about the context and like the anticipation of the game because Red Dead was
Has
so
yeah.
good. Red Dead Redemption 2, like it didn't matter how many leaks
It
came out,
did.
people were
It
still gonna
didn't.
play it.
Still gonna play it.
Yeah.
I think the same will be for Wolverine. So they could drop it all, but when the game's ready, bro, people are gonna play, bro.
Yeah, because it's going to be like, what did this game do different from the leaks? And as it was dropped at the showcase in 2021. So
Yeah,
it's say, who do you think will win? Adult Sasuke, no Rinnegan, or Adult Naruto, no Nine Tails?
bro. What's Naruto without the nine tails though? He needs the nine tails.
Naruto is physically stronger than Sasuke,
I
but
yeah, but nine tails is where the shit's
who's he
at.
saying? Who will win Adult Sasuke, no Rinnegan, or Adult Naruto, but no Nine Tails? Yeah,
But
he's
I think it's a wash. I think it would end up the same way because Naruto still has Sage.
that is
Naruto
true.
will Naruto
That
will
is true.
fucking clap his cheeks, man.
That is true. He still got. I forgot about Sage Mode.
Naruto
Yeah,
will clap him.
Yeah,
I think it would
that,
end up the
that
same way.
Sasuke with that Rinnegan is open. That's one of the things I do like about the animes. It's like you got a season where one character is stronger than the other, a couple episodes, and then it's like, well, now this person is this, and it's like
Bro,
Naruto and Sasuke go through that battle.
Naruto will clap Sasuke's cheeks, bro. I just did to say I don't know what
Like full
Honcho's
bone
talking about.
Rafiki cheeks. You know,
This is
into
my
the rub.
brother. This is the guy I was telling you about. He
Naruto's
said
clapping all cheeks, bro.
he asked me about the Neji and the Naruto barrage Rasengan. It's like you said, Naruto will put up 2,000 shadow clones, and Neji's just not going to be able to stop all 2,000 of them. You know, it's just he doesn't have enough chakra for that. You know, but even then, like the Wind Rasengan Shuriken, he could like do I think that he could stop? Do I think that you clapping? Like who? What clapping? What? This dude's freaky as hell, man. This is the Darius Brooks dude. Uh, um, we talked about
Oh,
the
days.
what's the Korean the move that Sasuke does easily. That's eating through the palm rotation hands down.
Rasengan?
No, not Rasengan. It's the Neji Hyuga's 24 palm rotation. That's chewing through.
I'm not really deep into Naruto, bro.
I didn't watch Shippuden until maybe like a couple months ago, and when I talked to Modern, I was like on episode 10. He said so. He's the anime connoisseur, man. He literally knows everything
The
about.
anime connoisseur.
He knows. He
Not gonna
knows
lie, I
Well,
think
like
everything.
that
yeah,
the
like they're saying right here, the perfect Susanoo. Sasuke has more chakra than ever, and the Rinnegan is not draining his chakra. Yeah, but then with Naruto Sage Mode, he can toss the fucking perfect Susanoo if he wanted to. Like Naruto in Sage Mode is like he has the power to do that. Like he tossed the Nine Tails around like a rag doll when like he was fighting him. So yeah.
That's when but he had the help of his
like he was
mom.
grabbing him like this.
Yeah. He had a ton of shadow clones out too, but he had his mom helping him with that too. And then I
Wait,
think
hold
his
on.
dad.
So who do you think will win? Naruto versus Goku.
Come on, man.
Oh, Goku.
Yeah,
Goku's
come
taking
on,
him
man.
out
That
so
ain't
Okay,
freaking
that's
hold on,
fast,
hold on,
dude.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Goku versus Superman. Man of Steel.
Oh, Well,
Because
I agree
he
with.
was saying Goku that time. Super Related was saying Goku was going to destroy Superman. I'm like, this guy, I don't know what you're on, bro. You're definitely on something else.
Goku has that form to where you literally can't touch him. What's that God mode, Goku? What's that God mode, Goku modern?
Bro,
Uh,
what Superman?
I mean, Ultra
Superman is a
Instinct.
god.
He's not. He's
Okay,
not a
so
god.
like I agree with the
He's a
assessment
god
from
among
I forget
men.
what that channel's called.
What is this guy talking about?
That's
He's
something that they.
essentially a god.
That's something that
Superman
they.
is a god, bro.
That's
Gods
something that.
amongst men.
That's
Yeah,
something that they say.
Superman's winning.
There you go.
Against
Superman's winning
It's in the
Goku.
name. It's in the name. Superman.
because
It's in the
Superman
name.
is a character with no limits, and Goku is a character that can break any limit. But if you're looking at just one battle, Goku would have to like try to overcome Superman, but there's nothing to overcome because he's infinite. So the only thing he can actually do is tie with him. But then
There you
he would
go.
downgrade after the battle.
There you
He can
go.
never surpass Superman. He can only tie with him.
It's in the
So
name. Superman.
is Goku not stronger than the Kryptonian?
No, he's not, bro.
No,
How?
he can reach that level, but he can't surpass it.
Superman had
That's all. That's all you need.
He's-
That's all you need is somebody to be the exact.
Hold on.
Like look at General Zod and Superman. Like when they fought,
Yeah.
and let's just say movie reference, Superman broke his neck. Like it's even written that you don't have to. You have to be at a level of power as a Kryptonian to beat a Kryptonian. Is Batman gonna come up to Superman and punch him and break his jaw? Man, absolutely not. This is dude saying. Who do y'all think will win a Brock Hogan or Hulk
Batista.
What's it?
I got a soft spot for Batista, so I'm going with Hulk Batista.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Batista was I didn't like the way they did his character in the WWE. He was they should have gave him a lot more praise than he got.
Yeah, but now he's making
He's in the movies now,
right?
right?
He's making
doing
movies. He's
now,
the
so-
Guardians of the Galaxy. He's one of the guys. Of the
Yeah,
Galaxy.
he was Drax.
Yeah,
in
he's
the
fine.
Guardians.
He's
yeah.
fine.
He's a good actor.
He's
though.
doing better than the people in WWE. He's making way more money.
John
Oh,
Cena's
'cause
making a lot of money too.
Nothing could ever
The
compete
Rock,
with the
The
acting
Rock,
money.
The Rock.
I don't like John Cena that much, man.
Yeah.
The Rock's good. I like The Rock. John Cena. What swayed me away from him is that he talked about The Rock and he went to go do the same thing years later. So and it's like even now,
That's what
like
they all do.
yeah,
That's what they all do.
even now, like in the contracts, right? John Cena is going to retire because it's probably in his acting contract that he can't go out there and perform stunts because it's a liability. Because not saying that the wrestlers in the WWE aren't safe, but man, let's not act like shit doesn't happen, right? You know, John Cena could be wrestling. John Cena could be wrestling Seth. What's this guy? Seth. Can't remember his name. Seth Rollins and do the curve stomp and he busts out John Cena teeth on accident. You know what I mean? It's just stuff like that.
You got this guy Darius
Yeah.
Brooks, Batman.
That dude Darius Brooks, man, he is a beast. Batman might break Superman jaw with prep. You need prep time. We saw what Batman's capable of.
Bro,
without prep
everyone's
time.
saying Batman's stronger because of prep time. Whenever he does prep time, he can beat anyone. What's
That's
prep time, bro? Look, yo, bro, check this out. Like, F the prep time. And I know you're YouTube, but listen, prep time stays aside. If I'm Superman, I want to take out Batman. I'm not giving you time for prep time. Where are
Yeah,
you?
yeah,
Boom, boom,
exactly.
boom, you're dead. I'm Superman. I want
Batman
to kill
acknowledges this. He
I
he
find
says
you
it all
and
the
you're
time.
done.
If Superman really wanted to kill me, I'd be dead.
You'll be dead. Like
Everybody.
instantly. Like in that little.
Okay,
like,
okay. Let me
close
ask you
your
something,
eyes,
Mona. You
open
know
it,
about
you're gone.
you know about DC characters, right? So who do you think will win? I'm gonna ask this question after this. He said adult Sasuke versus Final Valley Madara. Is this
Oh my
Sasuke
God,
with
that's
the
not even a
Rinnegan?
question, bro. That's
Maybe
not even
Madara,
a
bro.
question, bro. Madara all
I
day.
think it's Madara, bro.
That's Sasuke because both of
Sakura,
them.
like, yeah, Sakura, like, she's strong, but and she has like some ninja ability, but like any other ninja could pretty much take her, dude. Like any of the top ones could take her. Even like Guy could take her. I think Kakashi, even though he doesn't have any, he doesn't have any shotgun gun at the moment, in the future episodes, he could take her too.
Yeah, but if she punched that dude, he's dead for sure. If she if she
Oh
lands a hit
yeah,
on
no doubt. But
if she
but
lands a
that's the
hit on
thing. She has
Kakashi,
to land a hit, and I
yeah,
don't think she'd be
Kakashi's
able
just
to.
too fast. Yeah, that's the thing. Sakura's fast too, but she's not at the speed of Kakashi. That's the thing. They
Nope.
would outspeed her. So look, let me ask you a question, right? So who do you think will win in a fight? A bloodlusted Flash or a bloodlusted Superman?
Guy, I knew I was gonna say that. I knew he was gonna. You'll be honest
Oh,
though.
it's
Be
gonna be
honest.
Superman.
This dude, what is
Everybody
going on?
saying what I've been
How?
saying,
Why is
bro.
everybody riding with Superman?
Superman will roll the Flash up, bro. He will roll him up,
No, because I think the Flash can hurt Superman, but he can't kill him.
roll
Superman
him up.
can kill the
He can.
Flash.
So okay, so listen. What happens, right?
We're talking about the Speed Force now.
That's him. You can't.
There you go.
That's like you can't talk about Superman without kryptonite. What happens when the Flash runs Superman into the Speed Force? He can't get out of that. You have to be a speedster to get out of there. To even
Yeah,
get
but
in the
Superman has no limits.
you have to be a speedster to
Well-
even get inside of the Speed Force. Superman even said it himself. Like when they were talking about running back time when the Flash created the when Flash created he said she can regain limbs, regenerate limbs, and he said he's faster than KCM
No, she
Naruto
is
from the
not.
lore.
She is not faster than the KCM Naruto. No way.
He's
Look,
basically saying, "Get out of here with that nonsense, bro."
and he said the Flash all day. That's what I'm saying. To even get into the Speed Force, you have to be a speedster.
I yeah,
So,
check this out.
so what
Check this
happens?
out.
Look, what happens if
Hold on, hold on. One question.
Go ahead, bro. Go
If
ahead.
the Flash is running towards Superman right now, right? Will Superman be able to track him? Will Superman be able to see, like, literally, maybe not be as fast as knowing exactly where he's at, like a millisecond every single time, but like, will he be able to track him as he's moving?
He can watch
Yes
him.
or no? Yes or no? With his
He-
eyeballs.
RMX, what's up, bro? No, you're good, man. We got plenty of time left on this thing. Superman can track him, but like look at the Justice League movie that came out.
Okay.
Just when he had Aquaman and Wonder Woman, like no, it was Cyborg and Aquaman.
Not bro, leave the movie, bro. You're using
That's
other
how it is
people's
that's
logic
how
to
it is in the
describe.
comics.
No, that's what I'm
literally-
asking you.
That's
I
literally
want to
how
hear
it
from
is.
you.
Yes. Can
Will
he
be able to
see?
track him? Yeah.
Can he
Can you
see him?
see him?
Yes. Will he be able to
Okay.
touch the Flash?
What's
No.
stopping him? What's stopping him from
He's-
moving towards the target?
he
Why is he
can't.
gonna wait to
It's-
get grabbed and put in a speed force?
It's
Like
a
a fucking
it's a
fucking
see,
dummy.
it's a seeing like this.
There you go.
So if the Flash is right here and he's running, Superman could look just like this. This how it will go. Yeah, he could see him. He could still see
and
him.
then he will watch him come do that. He will watch him come put him in the speed force. I
By
can
that
see
time-
you,
do you
but
not
you know
understand-
what? I'm not gonna do anything.
will-
I'm just
he
gonna
will-
sit here.
he will
and watch
literally
you
run him-
move in the speed force.
He will run him into
That's
the
your
Speed
logic.
Force. Yeah, because it's possible. It can happen. Superman even said himself. He said in the comics when the Flashpoint paradox happened, when the Flash was missing, they said, Superman, can't you just turn back time? And he said, it will take me a week to do that. It will take me a week to undo what's being done now. Flash can do it just like that, bro.
No, like no
Bro.
one's arguing the point that the Flash is faster. And let's say he does get him in the Speed Force and he leaves him there. Superman's just gonna be waiting there until he comes back and he's gonna kill him.
But he
That's
beat
the
him
thing.
though.
Like the
That's
Flash
the
can
thing.
put Superman places, but he can't kill him.
Yeah, but he won
There you
though.
go.
If Superman was a threat to Metropolis, the Flash run him into the Speed Force. The threat's done. He's lost. He's a man lost in time. Literally.
No, but just like Skadoosh is saying that he's limitless, so he's gonna find a way to get out.
That's bro.
He's gonna
You
find a
gotta
way to get out.
gotta
Bro, just
be a
like I asked
speedster to get in and out of the Speed Force, bro.
Bro, listen. Just like I asked you, right? Can he track him? You said yes. So he's gonna be watching him do it because you know hold on, as he's running fast, right? If you can track him, it's kind of like slow mo for you. So it kind of felt like you had 5 minutes to do something. Do you know what I mean? Because you could track him in the high speed. So
He's
if you're just gonna stay there and watch him come put you in the speed force, then that's not the Superman I know. That's not Clark Kent. I'm talking about Clark Kent, the guy. He's
he's
just
not
gonna watch you
catching
do
him.
it.
He's not
Bro,
catching him,
okay.
bro.
Say less.
He's gonna grab Superman, run him into the speed force, and then it's over with.
No worries, bro.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Yeah,
You
bro.
can join up with
Next
us.
time, definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
next time, yeah. We just actually I actually just met Modern like what 3 days ago, 4 days maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
I sent them an email and we branched out. Like I said, I'm branching out to more people, man. So we can if we can get a decent amount of people on the live stream, 4 people, 5 people,
Oh yeah, that would be
that's
sick.
yeah, that's the
That
goal.
would definitely be
You
sick.
know, so
Oh,
that's definitely the goal.
one question, y'all. Listen, what's the best console era you guys had? From the PS3 to the PS4s to the Xbox. Which one was the time when gaming felt so comforting, and I had a lot of things to play that you just can't feel like you can get that feeling back today?
Mm.
I would have to say not the 4 or the 5. I will have to say for me, it's between
The PS2.
yeah, PlayStation 2 because there's so many games that are out now because of the PlayStation 2 genre. Like I said, when Spider-Man 2, like you haven't played the Spider-Man 2 on PS2, when that game first dropped, that was the very first Spider-Man game where you can literally roam around the entire New York. Like if it wasn't for those the Spider-Man 2, like how Spider-Man, yeah, see, he even says it too, PlayStation 2. How like Spider-Man slows down, like when he's doing his spider sense, it slows down. Like on Spider-Man 2, you can literally see also Dragon, you lucky person, you
You
have your
have your
own
own
pool.
pool.
He talking about the he talking about the backdrop.
Oh, nah, I got you. Hey man, work hard. Serve that shit.
Yeah, it's $1 million suite in New York this guy has up there. Uh the thing
Guys
is,
are something
the
else, bro.
PlayStation 2 had so many of the best vintage games like Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Dexter,
Those are considered
Spider-Man
classic.
games. Yeah, those are so classic that even now the PlayStation 5 they implemented that the into the newer consoles, and it's just like it's great, mind you, because it's like evolution. Everything changes with time. Technology gets a little better, faster.
Yeah.
People are like me, like right. We had to talk about when I talked to Skadoosh a while back, Modern. We talked about video games, and he was like, "Well, when you play video games, what do you look at in a video game, right?" And I explained to him, right. I use Hogwarts Legacy as a reference. I said Hogwarts Legacy, if you put it on performance mode, it ran at 60 frames per second.
Mhm.
But there were certain parts of the map where Hogwarts Legacy dropped to like 30 frames, 25, 30 frames, stuff like that. So the next Kingpin with his own suite in New York. Hell yeah, that's him. That's Modern for sure, Kingpin. Um um they're gonna it dropped below 30 frames per second, 25, 30, 20, like it did that. But the story, like me, I love story. He's big on visuals. Like I care about that,
Yeah.
but if the story makes up for sloppy frame rates, I'm 100% okay with that, because at least at that point I feel like I got my money's worth. Not sloppy frame rates like, oh, I can't go through this mission because it's bugged out, but like if it drops frames a little bit, and I'm not fighting an enemy or doing anything, I'm just passing through, man, who cares? I feel like I got my money's worth, especially with
Why you
everybody
gotta
charging.
throw jabs at Power World for?
For me,
Yeah, you
I
ever
would
play that one
say
Power World?
Oh no, I haven't
Power
played
World. Oh
that.
no, I haven't played it. I
Yeah.
think it came out the same, like almost like the same time with Helldivers 2. So I was kind of pivoted
Yeah,
towards
like
Helldivers
no,
2.
because like as you were saying, like there's some sections at some games that you can't even go into. That it's so buggy. That's Power World.
Oh, really? Is it? But
Yeah.
I've heard good things about the game. I heard the game's doing pretty well.
No, like the gameplay is excellent. The gameplay is excellent. It's just like, especially in the beginning, it was very glitchy to where you would try to go to certain sections and it would crash on you like every time.
Yeah, see, that's not what I'm.
Oh,
That's not what I'm
didn't know about
about.
that.
Yeah, like if we got a game that has a amazing story like Hogwarts Legacy, it's just frame rates drop, and I'm just passing through. Man, who cares? You know what I mean? Like I'm
That's a
not the type of.
compliment.
To be
Yeah, it
honest,
is.
for me, what makes the perfect game is the frames gotta be correct, the story has to be correct, the visuals has to be correct. Because we're in 2024. This is no 1978, bro. Like I'm not trying to look at the game and it feels like everything's mashed up. Like I want to play a game and see really good visuals. I want to feel like I'm playing something that looks amazing. I felt like the last time I felt that way was during the PS4 times during the Last of Us Part 2, Horizon Zero Dawn, Ghost of Tsushima, God of War 2018. This was the last time I felt like PlayStation were putting out games out.
But
Everyone was like, whoa, the graphics. Now on the PS5, we're like, yeah, the graphics. Because it felt like there's no that much of a leap
it's
that we
not
had from the
like
PS3 to the PS4. Do you know what I mean? Like, or from the PS2 to the PS3. Where like
yeah.
if you played
The
Tomb Raiders back
PS2 from
then,
the PS3 is
hatchets
you can tell that gap for
were like
sure. The two to the three.
freaking triangles or something. They had like pointy bits. But then the PS3, they were much rounded because they had the technology to
Yeah,
then make good polygons and all that kind of
yeah.
stuff. So
The
graphics
PS2.
is a big part, bro. For me
The
at least.
what about you, Modern? What would you care more about? Is it the frames? Is it the graphics? Is it the story? Like what do you care more about?
Well, I think it's a give and take, but to me, I'm more on a superhero related side. I like the story a lot more than more the graphics. If the story's good, I'm more forgiving of the graphic side, and that's why I think like games like The Witcher 3, Ghost of Tsushima,
The
you
Witcher
see
3 has
Red Dead
amazing
Redemption.
graphics.
I No, I know, but like
Witcher 3
they
is one of the
also
best
have a good
graphics to this
story.
day. To be honest, I feel The Witcher 3 what adds to the whole story is the graphics has to be one of it. There's no way you play the game the whole time and you didn't appreciate what you're looking
No,
at.
no, I'm saying it has both of them. Like it encompasses both. That's why they're like one of the best games ever. The Witcher 3, Red Dead Redemption
So
2. Not only do they
both of
have
you
good
don't care
graphics,
about
but
graphics
like
at
they have
all.
good story.
You don't care about graphics at all. Zero. Just story, bro. I don't know. Mine's totally.
Look, when it comes to video games, I don't care that much about graphics as long as it has a good story and gameplay that I can actually, yeah. See, that's how I am because that's what's going to keep me engaged.
What?
Like, I don't care to play a video game to go look at the water resolutions.
Hold on. I'm not saying I don't care.
Congratulations.
Hold on. I'm not saying I don't care about story. What I'm saying is, for me, a perfect game has to have everything: graphics, story, gameplay. So
Yeah, I
when
mean
I'm
that's
so when I'm playing the game, because my eyes is looking at it, I have the eye candy feel to it. When I'm then controlling it, I like the movements of it, and I know and I like what I'm seeing compared to what I'm playing, and then the story that's gonna keep me going. That's why all three goes. But if it's not eye candy to me, and by it not being so nice to look at, I might not have the feel to want to play through because I'm always like, whoa, this is beautiful. Whoa, what is this? All the amount of details. You know, in Red Dead Redemption 2, when you kill an animal, you have to actually skin the thing. Like
yeah.
that got me like,
Skin it,
Yeah.
go up there. If
I
you
played it back then.
shoot
No
it with an
way.
arrow, you
Look,
shoot it
do
with
you
an
know what I
arrow, you
mean?
got to go up there and take your air, pull your arrow out of it.
Have you ever
You have
hunted
to
game,
clean your
dude?
guns, and when you lose your hat, you've lost it. What? Sorry?
Have you ever
Have I
hunted game before?
played a hunting game or gone hunting?
No, no, no. Have you ever hunted game? Like actually go out, kill an animal, and skin
No. I done the one time when I was a kid, but I was
it?
like in Africa. That was like years
Yeah,
ago with my uncle. We
yeah,
went
I'll get
hunting,
down.
and I was like what, like 6 years old when that was the last time. But if I were me, I got the
Okay.
supermarket. You know what I mean?
Look, you said I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Look,
I
you
got
said I
chicken.
agree. RMX, I agree. Yeah, that's how it is. Like I don't like. Okay, so look, you like graphics, that's fine. But let me point out our games for instance. Look at the remaster Arkham Collection, trying to make something look pretty graphically doesn't always work. Exactly, exactly, exactly. Thank you, thank you,
You guys
thank
don't
you,
understand what I'm
thank
saying.
you, thank. No, we get, we
You're
get. I
saying
get what
I'm
you're
saying
saying.
I go for all of it. I go for
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of
You
it.
saying all of
So
it is makes the perfect game, but this
yeah,
is
so if they go for graphics and forget the story and the gameplay,
no.
that's not perfect game. I
That
agree with you.
they literally
They have to all be there.
remastered Batman Arkham games, and they made it into and they called it Batman Ark Return to Arkham. So they upscaled the frames, and they messed with the color saturation and all that,
Do you know
and
what?
it looks shittier now on the remaster than it
Hold on, hold
does.
on,
Yeah,
hold on,
it
hold on,
looks
hold on.
worse.
Yeah,
Hold on,
it
It
hold on,
looks
looks
hold on.
worse.
Hold on. Do you know what? If GTA 6 was to come out today and they looked exactly like GTA 5, would you play it?
yeah, because it's Grand Theft Auto. You can't make that
What?
comparison.
You know,
You
wait,
can't
hold on, hold on,
you
hold
can't
on.
make the GTA
Hold
comparison.
on. You want to say people are not going to make millions of videos on YouTube, backlashing the game, shitting on it. You had 13 years, and this is what you're giving me a GTA 5 2.0. Okay, no, no, like we don't know what YouTube is all about now. Like people
Asylum.
don't care about what the game looks like
There's
when the
no
game
need to
comes
try to
out.
fix the graphics
People
because
are
the
gonna
game
it's
competent.
the same people who are
It's true.
saying I don't care about graphics are gonna make a billion video saying why GTA 6 is a GTA 5 2.0 with the same graphics, no difference, even though it has good gameplay and a good story.
Yeah, because that's just what
No, but
YouTubers
this
do.
is the
So
thing. They can shit
graphics
on it all
shows
they
to me,
want, but they're still gonna play
But
it.
still gonna play it all. They're gonna have over 1,000 hours in that shit when it comes out.
but they're
It's
still
like
gonna shit on it and they'll give it a 7.0, 7.5, or 8 out of 10. Why? Because the game just felt like it didn't meet, my expectations in terms of graphical, whatever, this and that. They start talking all this kind of bullshit. But I've seen it many times with many games where they literally copy and paste the same thing, same game engine, same graphics. They give you, yes, all the different things, different story, different everything, but you still make it a video about it, saying how the game looks, just like the previous game and why it's a cash grab. And you have come on. So that means all of it has
Well,
to
I
be
think people
paused
only
to
have a
make the
problem with
first
that
game.
when they claim that it's going to be better. It's going to be
that's the
better
thing.
graphics, it's going to be
That's
4K, 8K. That's where they have a problem with it. But if they've never say anything like that, and they just say, "Oh, we're going to give you like, you know, GTA 7 or 8 or whatever like that," but they don't mention any graphic upgrades, then I don't think people will have a problem with it. But it's
yeah.
only when they say that they're going to up the resolution, then people are like, "What the fuck is this?"
It's like this when it comes to the Arkham Asylum or a city. There's no need to try and fix the graphics because the game complements the way it looks. That's true. Like when
No,
they
bro.
when they remake, it's literally videos on YouTube right now because nobody asked for an Arkham remaster. Nobody said that. Well, the remaster game that fans want is Origins. That's a game that people want to be able to play on a
Even the
PS5 now.
remake.
Yeah, no, a remaster. They remastered the Arkham games and they called it the Return to Arkham. It released on PlayStation 4.
Why would
They
people want to play a remaster on a PS5 if they can just get a remake? Like a true remake, not like what they've done recently with remakes. Like for me, a true remake is you take what's in the game from the old one and just make it exactly the same. Just take out things that people complain
Here's
about
my
the old
argument:
one. And that's it.
remastering a game like
That's a
maybe
true remake.
Infamous or Uncharted is graphically and the gameplay wise. Yes, I can understand your argument, but only updating the graphics and not updating the gameplay. Yeah, that's true. Okay, or the story, there's no point in it. If you only focus on the game, making it look pretty and not updating the things, then your argument is now flawed. That is true though. That's 100%. He's 100% correct about that. It's like some of these games don't need it. Like go back to the previous comment. Arkham Asylum or City doesn't need a remaster. That game looks great. You know what I mean? It looks phenomenal. It's like me. I'm big on story. Like that's what's going to keep me. The story is going to make me go buy the game again. It's not because it fucking. I can see the sweat coming off this guy's nuts. You know when he's out there
Okay, hold
running
on,
around the streets butt naked in GTA. You
hold
know
on, hold
that's
on, hold
not
on,
going
hold
to
on,
make me buy the game again. How's the story?
hold on. So you're telling me if Insomniacs to release the next Spider-Man game and it looks exactly like Marvel Spider-Man 2018 in terms of graphics and what you could do in the game, people won't complain. It will be a perfect game ever, as far as it has good combat and good story. No,
People
no,
will
you have to say
complain.
yes or no to that though.
Yeah,
Is that what you're trying to say?
yeah, but
If they
people
release the Marvel Spider-Man 3 and it looks exactly like Marvel Spider-Man 2018 in terms of graphics, just with a better gameplay and a better story, but exact same. Go play Marvel Spider-Man 2018 now. Look at the graphics. Feast your eyes into it, right? And imagine Marvel Spider-Man 3 exactly like that. Just improved gameplay and story. You're gonna have absolutely no problem with it. You'll be fine. For you, that's the perfect game. You don't really care about the graphics. Who cares about the graphics, bro? Who cares?
to
No, bro.
My
I have
But
a
I think what he's saying is that he doesn't
4,000
put as
PC,
much
for
stock
example.
as into the graphics as everything else. Like he's
yeah,
willing
that's
to forgive that in spite of like
and most
their
players
lack to
will.
upgrade.
A lot of players would forgive that.
Nah, bro.
Look, who
I'm still
cares
getting
about the
graphics.
graphics update on the gameplay? That's what people mainly care about. That's another reason why a lot of people didn't like Marvel Spider-Man 2 compared to or Miles and the story. Yeah. So a lot of people didn't like Spider-Man 2 compared to or yes, that is true. He's still typing because he said but that's
Nah, I
and in
totally
the
trust you.
gameplay because it didn't
They all
evolve
have to be
and
there, bro.
nobody ever really
For
cared too
me,
much to look
if
back at
if
the
one's
game story
missing, if
was the
one's
biggest
missing, it will
complaint and
disturb
the
me.
gameplay as well.
They all gotta be. They
Yeah,
all have to be there.
that 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 is true.
For me, if you give me a good gameplay, everything and graphics is literally like, and the game looks like it's from
It did. It
2008.
didn't. It didn't do anything new from the remastered Spider-Man place for PlayStation 4 when they did the face swap to Miles Morales to Marvel Spider-Man 2. They did nothing new.
Bro,
From out,
if my game looks like it's from 2008, I'm not playing it.
yeah, but that's not make that's you misinterpreting the conception of everything. You can't make the comparison to 2008 to 2024
You just said
now.
graphics don't matter, bro. So
But
if
but
I give
look
you a
at it.
game looking like it came out in the 1920s, bro, and
The
I give you a good story and a good comeback, you're gonna play it. They gave me black
okay
and white.
okay. So look,
Hey,
let
you go look at American Psycho because that has like practically no graphics, and you compare it to like some of the like modern horror movies today. You're gonna tell me that like those are the same type of story, or the one nowadays is better?
But horror movies is a different
You
category,
know what I
though.
mean?
That's a
Like
very different ballgame. But still, I kind of get
no,
a
no, but
point.
you know what I mean. Like that's what we're kind of like talking about because you have like today CGI blood, and like a lot of these like CGI battles or CGI like scary things happening, things flying around the room or swirling about to try to like get the audience into the supernatural or whatever. It doesn't hit as
Okay.
hard as a good soundtrack like a Michael Myers soundtrack, you know that type of thing. Tin, 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 hitting the beats
yeah.
and like a shadow moving across the screen, and then like the person looking scared, you're hearing the breath, the freaking heartbeat. And so like
Give us
that gets people more
ASMR.
engaged than like than seeing like CGI blood or like guts being ripped out of the victim. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing. I get where he's coming from that aspect because it's like well they're charging $70 for a game. He said send on the link. All right, I got you. They're
He also
charging
coming for the smoke.
yeah they're charging $70 for a game, right? And then it's like well and and, and in a sense, modern he's right. They from Marvel Spider-Man 2018 to Miles Morales to Marvel Spider-Man 2, the graphics they didn't really do much. Especially from if we're talking about a remastered Spider-Man to Marvel Spider-Man 2 to
Hmm.
Miles Morales, they didn't really do too much graphics wise. Am I lying? Skadoosh?
No,
What
they
what
didn't, because the games were built approximately about the same time.
but it's
It,
it's
it,
still
bro, like you're forgetting something. That's a PS4 and a PS5 game. Marvel Spider-Man 2 is a PS5 exclusive game. So
what
which
so
means there is no PS4 there to hold it back in terms of graphical power. So then
okay,
it gave you the true way the game, like the best looking Spider-Man game based on what
so
PS5. If the game wasn't on PS8, right? I might as well feel like I'm Spider-Man because it will look way real than what the PS5 version would look like. It's all about you what your PC can do. Like if we had a PC from 150 years from now, games would be looking insane.
so what difference did they make from Spider-Man Miles Morales that came out in 2020 to Marvel Spider-Man 2? They're both PlayStation 5 games. What graphics different did you really notice?
Graphics difference, bro. You can see like when you're swinging around the city, like looking into the building, the windows, like you could actually see the people and the houses doing the things. You couldn't see that in the first game.
That's added NPCs to the game. That's just
Yeah, but
added to
that's
the
because you have
game.
more processing power in your computer, so you can generate more. If
But
you if they release the
Okay,
game
so
on
more
the
detail.
PS4, yeah, more detail. If they release the game on the PS4, the PS4 won't be able to. The PS4 will hold back the game. That's why people complain about games to release in older gens because they want to see the true meaning of new gen game because they feel like they haven't seen it yet. It's the same
so
reason why PC players are complaining about console players because they think
so
consoles holding back. The game look.
The
How far?
cinematic scenes from when Miles Morales and Finn, the ending boss fight,
Mm-hmm.
compare that to Marvel Spider-Man 2018, the let's just say the remastered.
Mm-hmm.
Let's compare Miles Morales. Let's compare Marvel Spider-Man 2. Realistically,
It's crashing for me.
what difference did they have graphics
I
from
want to
Marvel
say something
Spider-Man
real quick
Miles
because it
Morales?
keeps crashing for me.
All right, go on.
When it
Say
comes
something.
to games like DMC1 that it could actually use a graphical update, but gameplay being the biggest thing, you can't sit
Uh-huh.
there and make the argument when it comes.
Yep.
I think
It
we
lagged
lost.
him out again. Yeah,
We lost it, man.
he was saying like Devil May Cry 1. It's he was probably gonna have to type that in the chat. I think he was saying you can't make the argument of the Devil May Cry 1 remaster because the game itself was already good. Like the Return of Arkham, the game was already good. Graphics already looked great. You guys fucked it up when they remastered that and no fans asked for that. Fans have been asking for like 5-6 years now for a Batman Arkham Origins remaster, but we're not getting. They didn't give us that. They gave us a Return of Arkham remaster.
It crashed on me. Sorry, I'm
Yeah,
using
go
my
on. Say
tablet. I
say it.
don't have a PC. I don't have a PC, so it's gonna keep crashing. But what I was trying to say is like you can update a game's graphics all you want to, but sometimes certain games work well with the graphics they have. That's what makes the 360 version of Arkham Asylum and City so.
I think I get what he's trying to
Yeah,
say.
he said that's
Yeah.
what makes the 360 version of Arkham Asylum
Okay.
one of the better games compared to the remaster that they put out on the PlayStation 4. It graphically looks great. We didn't need you to change that. The graphics were great in that game. The story, I mean, Modern's playing through Origins right. I mean, City right now. Is that the remaster version or is that the basic one that you playing through, Modern?
No, you know what? I like. I was looking for it because I wanted a whole bundle, and like the remastered one was the only one that had the bundle with it with all three games. So I bought that one. But as I'm playing, I'm making comments on it. Like when I first played the first, Arkham Asylum, but it was Return to Arkham. I was like, Joker looks different. They try to brighten his face. I like the more grittier look of the original.
And
And the same thing with City. They make Talia al Ghul look like a freaking porcelain doll. I'm like, what the hell is this porcelain doll doing here? Why are you guys playing with the
it's,
doll? She like, it doesn't look good. It looks like she's
it,
had her face filled up with fillers and like, Botox and shit. I'm
it
like,
looks like
she
crap.
has the Lazarus pit. She don't need this modern shit.
Yeah, it looks like crap, man. It literally looks super bad, and that's the dilemma. Like some games don't need a remaster because it like when they did, like you said, the first Arkham Asylum, they brightened up his hair. They had his hair a lot greener. They had his skin a lot whiter. You know what I mean? And that's not the grittier look of the
Mhm.
Joker was what made that game really good. Like when you arrested him and put him in an asylum, he had
Yo, hold on a second though.
the dirty purple suit on, the dirty green hair, the gritty pale face. It just
Yo, but you know
it
what?
worked well with the lore of that character.
Do me a favor. Pull up Astrobot gameplay. Go on YouTube, type in Astrobot PS5 gameplay walkthrough full game, 4K 60 FPS. I think it's done by a channel called Mac Ice and Fire, MK Ice and Fire. He's got like 3.9
You said
million
Astro
Yeah,
by
don't
what?
worry, RMX.
subs on it.
You said
Yeah, yeah.
Astro by what?
Astrobot PS5 gameplay walkthrough, full game, 100% 4K 60
No, I
FPS.
get what you're getting. I know what you're getting at, Skadoosh. I totally understand your point of view too. Is that like it does pull you out of it? Like back
For me, it
then,
does.
when people were
Yeah.
used to go to where plays were the primary source of people's entertainment. Like they had to close off the entire theater, and like nobody was let in after the start of the performance because if anybody came in through the back, it'd pull them out of it. And I think that's where Skadoosh is coming out of. Is that even though it has great story and the gameplay is good, if there's like a glitch somewhere, it's gonna pull them out of it slightly. And some people are more sensitive to that, so I can understand his point of view too.
You put the gameplay on screen. Let me share it. I'm just scared mine would lag if I share it to you.
I'm sharing it now.
From yourself or from
Yeah,
mine?
yeah,
'Cause
for me.
mine won't. Okay, nice. If you can lower the volume for the gameplay down to 0. Okay. Right. So basically, like a game like this, right? Astro Bot. Forget that we're seeing it here, right? Because the game looks really, really good. Okay. So yes, you don't need graphics in this type of game, but it still made it look good though. Huh?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Gameplay is nice. It feels over the controller. The haptic feedback's probably one of the best out there. And it's a game where if you made it look like it was from 2000s, no one would care because it's a platformer. Platformers not really trying to look all fancy and stuff, but they went all out on this game, and that's what made the game making so much noise right now because it looks pretty good. It plays really good. It's just a fun game. Astrobot, bro. There you go. For me, it has to be every single one of them. I kind of get what people are trying to say, but we're in 2024 where graphics does matter in video games. That's why we have people buying £4,000 worth PC, 5,000, 10,000 pounds on a PC. It's not because they want to play. Yes, they want to play with the higher frames and everything, but they still want to play a game that looks pretty good.
If you go to ask games that deserve a true remaster from a gameplay point of view and a graphics point of view, like Infamous, right, which is an older game, super older game, Uncharted or Devil May Cry 1 that came out on the PlayStation 2, they definitely could use a remaster. But like some of the games that are out now, it takes away from the lore of the character. Like I was saying, art when you go play, like right now, I'm finna actually pull it up on screen. Um, if you go look at the Arkham Asylum and Arkham remaster and all of that,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look it up. It looks worse, bro. All right, where are we at? Side by side official comparison 8 years ago. Right here. This is from the OG himself. Look at this. OG Arkham videos. This dude's been around for years, bro.
Virtuous Return to Arkham.
All right, right here. This is a PlayStation 3 version to the PlayStation 4 version.
That's a difference.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You can already see the difference.
Yeah,
On
it's
the that, bro.
it's definitely a difference. This is the Return to Arkham. This is the
Wow, so
Return to
much
Arkham board.
HDR's better. You can tell when the floor is even wet. When
But
his
this,
looks wet.
but look at they
You can
added
see deeper blacks.
they added the
Reflection on the
rain.
cards.
But this game didn't
The
really
armor's got
need.
more detail. The suits got more detail. You can see the wetness in the bro. That's what I mean.
But this game
That's what I'm
didn't
talking
really
about.
need. Didn't really.
Yeah, but it
need
made it
a remaster.
much better because it was always a room for improvement. So it's not a perfect game by any means.
But so,
It's
but this
always,
was. But
bro.
this
I'm right at the end of the day.
every
I
if,
just made so much sense to you now.
if we can
Are you
if we
playing
can make
that?
if we can make that point, every game will need a remaster, then, bro. It's some games don't need that. That's what I'm saying. Like this game didn't need a remaster.
Listen, the room is full of poison gas.
Let me go to the.
By the way, people don't understand the difference between remasters and remakes. A remaster is effortless. There's not much work into it. You just, let's say, how you put a picture in a let's say Remini, for example. It's a software that I use that enhances pictures. All it does is it takes the game that already exists and enhances it
No escape, Joker.
with the current technology that we have.
No,
So
pause
they don't-
it right there,
so
man.
That's what I'm saying. So they don't change anything much as far as
This-
like let's say graphics
looks-
and details properly. It's like they enhance what already exists for the newer console. A remake is when they go like literally from the back end of the game.
Yeah,
they
we're talking about this is a
rebuild the whole thing.
This is
So
a remaster.
remasters are a slight work. If a game needs to be remastered to run better on a newer console or newer hardware, it is necessary because
Alright,
it's the
well-
same game anyways. It makes it slightly brighter, HDR, properly in tune, proper blacks. You can see maybe slight drop of rains now. Yes, that's slight work. That's welcome.
Yeah, look at this. Look at
Okay,
the
what
face
I was-
model of this. The face model is crap compared to the remaster. Like this is the lore of the Joker. Dingy green hair, dirty suit. Like this looks terrible. They didn't need to change any of this in this game. This was great. This was great. This was a great game. It when you go to Arkham Asylum, when you read the comics and you watch the Batman animated series TV show, man, Arkham is in a super bright place. And say, good sir, we know that a remake and remaster are, but you cannot deny one simple fact
He
that
wants
was
to
debated on
smoke.
the video.
He wants it
Now, bro,
bad.
now look, now look. This is what's happening right here, right? The Joker you're looking at on the left side, right? The thing is, you're looking at the Joker from the PS3 era when the HDR wasn't that strong. It wasn't properly tuned into the game. So it had this really light green and light, ashy kind of color. But then when you put into the PS4 to the higher, console, because it has properly tuned HDR and it has this deeper blacks because the graphics is much better, then you see the colors popping. That's why, and it like there's no right or wrong to it because you're used to seeing it that way. So
Joker
whatever
looks terrible, yeah.
changes in your brain for you, it's alien to you. Like, no, I don't want it. I want it the way it looks because that's the way your memory, your nostalgia keeps it. But it does not mean that's the actual color of green. I mean, look at that green. That's not even green, bro. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
what which
That's what
which
HDR does. It gives it the
look
proper colors, tries to put it right
okay,
in place.
okay, this is a prime example of the lure of the character, right? Look at Catwoman's sunglasses right here, the glasses that she pulls over her face, and then look at that right there. It's terrible, bro. It's terrible. This is the lure of the Batman characters. Look at this purple lenses on the glasses, but they don't have that on the remaster version. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like when you get into the lure of these characters, like it's no need to do anything super crazy. Let me go back to see if I can go back to the Joker version. Let's see if they got the right.
You'll probably have to play through it. There it is. Play a little bit.
There's no escape, Joker. I
Oh, even
must
the
find
Batman
you.
looks better, bro. Sorry. The Batman looks. You're only pointing out the negative sides of what you don't like about it. You're not looking
This
at the
looks
positives though, because
No,
the
no, no. Like
positives are gonna outweigh the
the
negatives.
PlayStation
Skadoosh, I
4.
agree with you that that aesthetics part, like his suit and like the surroundings, like the non
Silent
what
Night,
would you
what's up,
say, like
buddy?
sentient part of the character looks really good, but like the face, they totally crapped out on like features, like the human features, like his makeup looks shit. It doesn't look. It looks more like uh like like they painted it on uh like painted it on a window rather than over here. It actually looks like he has skin. On the left side it looks like he's got skin. On the right side it looks like they put a plastic mask over him, then they painted it on.
Because look at the,
You know
look
what I
at the
mean?
look at the dent right here opposed to this
Mm,
dent.
it's
That's
it's
what
the
I'm
same
saying.
to me.
No, but
Just
look
about the
look at
same,
look at the depthness of it. Look at how deeper this dent looks compared to this look. These look almost like two different bottom chins. It look like this is less deeper
bro. That shit
than
look the
this
same. All
is.
I'm gonna say has more wrinkles at the top, like
But
literally right under his lips,
but
than it
some
does
some
on the
some
new one.
games
The chin is pretty much the same
he
thing.
said looks like a freaking place to plateau. Literally, like
Well, I
it's
think
the grittiness
yeah, I think
of
it's
the character.
the contrast of the bright and dark. Because if you look on the Joker on the left, on the just focus on the left Joker. If you look up on the left side of his face, it's more lit up, like it's highlighted. And then if you look on the right side of his face, it's more darker, like because that's in
Yeah,
the shade. But if you look over here on the right Joker on the PS4's type, you don't really see that much of a highlight on the left side of his face compared to the right. So the contrast is not much different. So that's why the one on the left looks a lot better
yeah,
because you see more depth into the
yeah. You
face. You see like the
into
wrinkles.
like look at the wrinkles. Look at the wrinkles up in here on the forehead. Look at that. Look at the wrinkles right here by the left eye. I mean, well, technically it is right eye facing that way. Look at by the right eye and then look right here. You don't see any of that. Look at the wrinkles on the forehead. These two lines right here. You don't see any of that on the remaster version. Look at the wrinkles and all the stuff that's right here on his face. You don't see any of that. Like that's what I'm saying. Like some games don't need a remaster because this was actually the lore of the character. Like when you read the
And
comic,
look, I believe he has more wrinkles on it, but you're pointing out the negative sides. Look at the positives as well. You can see the suit purple, look like a washed out purple, bro.
But
You can't even
that's
tell. But then
that's
look
how the
at this
joke.
purple right here, how it looks. Look at the green, the two greens on the tie.
But that's
Are you not seeing this, bro?
yeah,
The
yeah.
green hair. The
But
right green is more like is more green to me than the one on the left. The depth in
Oh
his
yeah,
eyes.
most definitely. But the face is the most important part of when you're looking at the Joker because like he's smiling, he's talking, so you're looking at his face, and if you look at the left
yeah,
side, his face looks like a lot more detailed, and that and it looks faded too. Like it's not popping green, it's not popping red, it's not popping white. It looks more faded, but it goes along with the aesthetic of his suit. On the right side, his face looks more plastic, and then that's how the his rest of his outfit looks. It looks more like
'Cause
he
look,
looks more like a doll than an actual
also
sentient
on his
being.
hair and the one on the right, it looks like he applied gel to it,
but
which is natural.
but
You put some
it
gel on your hair after having a shower. You think if the
faker than
Joker don't
this.
want, if
It looks way faker.
you,
The Joker is literally his lure of a character. He doesn't wear $1 million tuxedo unless he's going to go do like unless what do they call it modern unless he's putting on a persona or something. That's the only time he dresses up if he's trying to put on the persona or something. Even then, like that's his actual skin. That's not face paint or any of that stuff. That's his actual skin. So like when he's trying to put on a persona to be
And
a businessman, he has to wear makeup and all of this stuff on there. The PS4 version, it looks fake. The Joker is a gritty character. He's not a super well dressed like Kingpin would be in Marvel Spider Man. He's this. Look at how faker the hair looks. He has it slicked up. It looks like a fake. It looks like fake hair opposed to this on the PlayStation 3 version. He's in an asylum with a suit on. He's hot. His hair looks frizzier. That's what happens. You know
for
he
me, I
has
think
a
it's all nostalgia though.
nah, bro. I'm telling you, some
It's
places
all
like,
nostalgia. Just a
and then
lot
you
of
have
people,
to
you know,
look.
yeah,
Joker
go on.
literally
and
cut
you have
his
to
own
remember
face at
Joker
one
was
point in
just
the
caught by
comics.
the
He's literally
Batman before arriving to the asylum, so he has already been in a scuffle with Batman. So his hair is not going to look like that. His suit's not going to be that clean. You know.
that's what I'm trying to tell him, man.
You just call it. Look. Honestly, people don't seem to understand it. Remember, the main topic we're talking about is how graphics are not important in video games. While my thought
Yeah.
is all three are not in your game is not perfect. There's always room for improvement. You can't say, I don't care about graphics, it's only how the game plays. Yes, games are meant for how the game plays, obviously. But if what I'm looking at is not pleasant to my eyeballs, I'm not enjoying the game equally. Pretty much it.
He said exactly to what we were saying. So that's what I'm saying. So explain it like what you're saying is right because you care
That's
more
what I've been
about the graphic
explaining.
side of thing. So
No, I care about
name
all three. All
okay.
three of them. They all have to be in the game.
Name a game that didn't need any improvement, story wise, graphic
Every
wise,
game always needs an
gameplays.
improvement. So that's why there's no 10 out of 10.
Okay, so
That's
like
what
if
I've
you
been
were to rate
saying.
Arkham,
There's no, yeah, go
okay, if
on.
you were to rate Arkham Asylum, like what would you rate it as?
To be honest, I played one of the
Like the
Batman
original
games.
Arkham Asylum.
I'm not sure if I've played the original Asylum. I might
He
have,
probably
but I don't
played
know
the
exactly.
remastered on the 4.
Not sure exactly which one I
Okay,
played.
but
But
you
I'm
saw
not
both
really big in the
comparisons.
yeah.
You
I've
saw
seen
both
both
comparisons of the
comparisons.
Arkham
Yeah.
Asylum. Which one did you play? Did you play the remaster or did you play the original?
I played on PS4, so it has to be the remastered.
Okay. Okay.
I
So
played
do
on the
you believe
PS4.
that the remaster looks better than the PS3?
If I've never played the original one, I wouldn't have that nostalgic feeling to it where I just genuinely care so much about it being the original one that looked better. But I would only have the remastered in my head, which for me is just as good as the original because that's the only one I've ever played. People who played The Last of Us 2 and never played
Okay.
the Last of Us original PS3, they'll never get the same feeling people who played back then did. But they'll only like The Last of Us Part 2 because it's all they know. Because the graphics was good in the game, I can't lie. The gameplay was good in Last of Us Part 2. The story might be the power people a little bit
Yeah.
shaky here and there. But still, for some people, the story doesn't matter as far as graphics is looking nice. But for me, I'm gonna say all three have to be in the game for it to be the
Which
best game ever.
which one looks better?
There's a room for improvement.
Which one looks better in this scene?
In this scene right here, I'll say the one on the left.
The 2000 what?
I'll say the 2009 Arkham Asylum.
Okay, let's continue. Let's continue. Thank you,
I say the
brother.
one on the left looks better.
All right, let's run back just a little bit. This right here. Which one looks better?
The both look good.
But which one looks realer? That's what I'm trying to get you to understand, my brother.
What does the word real even mean? What is realer? Is real a word? Someone
Okay.
tell me.
Which one is more aesthetically pleasing to your eye?
So it depends what you're looking for.
Hey, this dude is something else.
Yeah, hold on. Depends what you're looking for. It depends what you're looking for. It depends what
Okay,
you're looking
so
for. If I'm
okay, so
looking for
let's
something that looks arcadey, I'm not even arcadey. I'm not sure what the word to use. But if I'm looking for something that looks slightly not as real, but just like you said, you care about the gameplay, right? You wouldn't care about what the characters look like in terms of graphics. You see how I spun that on you, right? If you care only about the gameplay, my brother, you wouldn't care about what the detail and the face and etc. looks like. You just
like you
play
said,
it and not care.
everything has to go hand in hand. But like I said on Hogwarts Legacy, I'm willing to take the decrease. And like I said, Modern, he said, "Quit stalling." We both know it's the left one. Literally, it's literally 2000. Quit stalling.
No, hold on.
Stalling.
Didn't you listen to what I just said to you? If you only cared about what the gameplay is like, why are you caring so much about what the remastered look like?
No,
you should just play the game and not care about the graphics and what they look
Modern.
like.
What
right?
I said I care more about the game
because we care about you, Skadoosh. We care about you. We want you to see the light. That's what we're trying to tell you. We're trying to get you to see the light. Heavens above. The light shining down. You're staying in the shadows, bro. You need to come out into the light. You need to join us out here. It's sunshine. I got the pole behind me. Come on over. You can have a dip. It's all good, bro.
Bruh.
Really? I don't mind walking. Not so tight, boys. You'll crease the suit.
Look at Batman's face right there, dude. The detail in his face and the depth of the cheeks and the grittiness of
frown.
To me, that artistic style is way better.
You're proving my point. Then you're proving my point.
He talking about the 2009 version.
Right? Well, no, but this is the thing. Like, I understand that the graphics.
Myself, if you're just proving my point.
The graphics do look the graphics do matter. We never said that the graphics don't matter, but we're willing to go ahead because if we're talking about Arkham Asylum as a whole, this could be in 2D, but the story is still good. I would still play it even if it was in 2D.
Yeah, the story was so good.
That's the point that we made originally. Yeah, so this could be stick figures of Batman and the Joker, but the story is really good and the gameplay is good. We would still play it.
It's that's all a comparison.
So you wouldn't care how the game looked like. You still play it. So don't be worried about what the remaster looked like. Still go play it then.
We definitely still.
Then you shouldn't be showing the pictures of what the previous and the new one looks like.
This was a scenario that I pulled up the pictures to show you the difference. Like, this is a 2009 game,
so
and they remastered in 2016.
Which one do you prefer?
The 2009, of course.
Why? Why?
Because that's the lore of the character. It looks.
No, but why? Why you say it's the lore of the character? What were the things you pointed out? What were the attributes you were pointing out? Do a few things.
Batman Arkham Knight. That game is very pretty even on this day.
I can tell you exactly. So the Joker, he's not known for being the most cleanliest of characters. He's known for being
what I'm
gritty.
saying.
Don't brush his teeth, not taking showers. He's wearing the same suit all the time unless he's doing something, a little different to
putting on a persona.
So he's a dirty guy. He doesn't have a clean face. So we're looking at the two versions of them in the remaster compared to the original.
You expect the left is more that detail in that game, right? The dirty teeth in the game, the wrinkles. He's not
but that doesn't mean it's graphically better because you're talking about a 5-year difference between the two.
The details in the face, that means the game is graphically
not on the 2016 when it wasn't.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you prefer the old one, because the old one showed you all those details.
Because it was
Which
the
means
lore of the
graphics does
it was the
matter.
lore of the character.
Exactly, because the graphics went into the lore and showed you what he actually truly looked like, and you liked it that way because it was pleasing what you were looking at while you were playing, despite the gameplay being good, but what the characters looked like were accurate to the lore, which made it 10 times better. Like I said, there's
Okay,
no such
this
thing,
is
bro. I've been saying the same thing.
this is gonna
You don't
squash
get it. That's cool.
everything.
That's cool though.
This
That's
is
cool
gonna
though. That's
squash
cool though.
this is gonna squash everything. Who is your favorite Spider-Man?
Even to this day,
My
the
favorite
game's still going.
Spider-Man, like out of the whole Spider-Man characters.
The Spider-Man actors, who was your favorite one?
Oh, like you already know, bro.
Who was it?
Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire.
So if we're talking about the lore of the
Yeah.
Spider-Man character,
Okay.
Tobey Maguire, he had organic webs.
Okay.
The lore of Spider-Man.
Hold
in
on though
comic
before you
books-
get into it. Modern
Here we
Dragon.
go.
Which one's yours? Out of the three, Spider-Man so far.
Toby.
Now you go on.
listen.
Say what you're saying again.
So
Listen to this guy.
Tobey Maguire is
Uh-huh.
your favorite Spider-Man because that's somebody that you grew up on, right?
Hands down.
That's your Spider-Man that you grew up on.
Yes, thanks to
Okay, you grew up on him, right? Modern, you follow me, right? You follow me.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
you grew up on Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. That's your favorite Spider-Man because you grew up on that.
Yeah,
Listen,
I believe so.
is Tom Holland's Spider-Man CGI better than Tobey Maguire's? Don't bullshit. Just answer the. Don't. Why? I don't even know why you're thinking about that. Is the
Because
CGI?
they're two different type of era of CGI.
So is the CGI better? Because you made the comparison to newer
Two
years.
different type of era of CGI.
So who has the
Well,
better?
now it gets into the argument of like, is future CGI going to be as important as like older good CGI? Is future CGI, even though it looks like shit, is it better because it's newer than the older CGI that looked good at the time and
Hold
it's
on.
still good?
I would say when it comes to older CGIs and new CGIs, there are two different ways to look at it. The older ones, they were built in a sense where they use CGI, but they also use, like, let's say, more like stuntmen, people who do stunts, so they added a bit of art to it by the expression of the actual character, the way they make it, and then they build CGI to back it out to make it look really good. But in the newest CGI, it's the terms where, because the technology is way advanced now, that
They
those
don't even have to wear the suit.
those things that we couldn't do back then, where we went the extra mile to make it look that good back then. We don't need to do all that stuff no more. We have the new CGI. We can just make it.
Yeah.
We've got AI, kind of stuff. It doesn't mean it's gonna be worse than the old one. It just means it's always gonna get better because there's always room for improvement. If they see that they don't need to go the extra miles that they did back then, they're just gonna use the modern way of making CGIs now.
So to answer the question, you're saying what? Who has the better CGI?
Wait. Who has the best CGI?
Who has the better CGI? Spider-Man No
Was
Way
it
Home.
Toby or is it Tom?
Was Spider-Man No Way Home, Spider-Man Far From Home, Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man
I would
Civil
go
War?
with I would go with Tobey Maguire's because of nostalgia. Mostly.
So how can you go with Tobey Maguire for nostalgia, but we can't go with the Batman Arkham 2009 because of nostalgia?
Because we're saying the same thing. You just don't see it yet. I'm saying the graphics does matter because I like the graphics. It looks better. That's why I went for it. I'm a graphics guy, bro. I'm a sucker for graphics.
Okay, to answer your question.
Well, yeah, like in the end, the end product counts for a lot. If it's crap, it's crap. If it's good, it's good.
There you go.
Spider-Man CGI and Far From Home was better than any CGI that they had in the Tobey Maguire trilogies. Let's just be honest. I'm a Tobey Maguire fan myself. If I'm going to the most comic book accurate Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield, hands down. But we're not talking about that.
Okay,
CGI in 2000
okay.
is nowhere near. Look, he said LOL. Oh my God. CGI in 2000.
He's talking to you, bro. No, not
No,
me.
he's talking about you because you're not
No,
answering the question.
he's talking about you, bro. He said LOL to you, bro.
CG
Not me.
CGI is nowhere near how it is now. Like you said, in 2000, you needed stuntman. Tobey Maguire put that suit on. You got to always honor a man for that. I do. That's what I grew up on. Tobey Maguire. He wore the suit. You know, he had all it on. CGI now they put on the screen.
Wait, are you saying Tom Holland didn't have the suit on?
For the most part, he didn't. He didn't. They like when they at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home, No Way Home, when they all three put those masks on. If you go behind the scenes, they didn't do that. They just made it seem as
I've
if they
seen behind
did.
the scenes the way he's put on the suit. He
But
put
if
on videos on Instagram and TikTok.
but it's not all the time that he has it on.
Right on. I don't know if it's all the time because you were not there, I wasn't there, so we can't say how many times they had it on.
The Iron Spider suit. Well, do you think that he had a suit on like that, or do you think that's CGI?
That's definitely no. I think it's definitely CG because it's an Iron Spider suit, bro. Like just like Marvel Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire when he had the symbiote on. That's definitely CGI. There's no suit that's gonna look like that, like the one. Probably,
Yeah,
but most part of it when they started all the CGI, bro.
Yeah. So
it has to be.
What the comparison is that the CGI is definitely more advanced now than it was then. But does that mean
it doesn't always? It doesn't always mean. It doesn't always mean that it's better. But the thing is,
the answer is Tom Holland. Quit stalling. We know the truth.
Tom Holland. Nah.
We know the truth. Quit stalling.
Tom Holland has the better CGI.
Quit BSing around it.
Look, he lags out again. But look, we all know that Tom Holland has the better CGI. It's a different entity of CGI now. They put more money into CGI now than they did back in the day. Like you said, it was stuntmen. They actually had to wear the costumes, things like that. If we're making the comparison now to
I've been listening to this argument for the last hour. The answer is Tom.
It's 100%. Now listen, is he does that make him
That's it, Tom Holland, bro.
Yeah, Tom Holland CGI is hands down way better than Tobey Maguire's is. You comparing a 2000 movie to a movie that came out in 2000 and 19, 20, 21, 22. Far From Home was No Way Home was 22. So the CGI for Tom Holland was better. But you still like Tobey Maguire because of nostalgia, right?
Yep.
Now, why is it that, like you said, if the 2009 version is better, looks graphically better than the 2016 version, how can you make that conception of the two? Because you said that technically Tom Holland has the better CGI, but you're still going to go with Tobey Maguire.
No. I'm saying Tobey Maguire has the better CGI because back then that's what I said. He was here. You heard me. I said Tobey Maguire the best.
This dude said, "What the hell?"
That's what I said. I said Tobey. You asked me which one had the best CGI. I said Tobey Maguire. That's what I said.
How was his CGI better than?
Because they used stuntmen and all the kind of stuff back.
That's not CGI. That's not.
Yeah,
CGI.
but that makes it more human like because they had stuntmen. That's what I said.
Yeah, of course. That's why Tom Cruise still does all his own stunts in all the Mission Impossible movies.
That's what I'm trying to say. But
it doesn't mean it's more immersive for the audience.
Yeah, but now we have new technology. They don't need to go do other stuff. They could just make it now the new technology. But it doesn't mean that the old stuff is bad. It just means that things you could do back then were done differently to now. There are pros and cons in doing it. Like let's say the Green Lantern movie. That shit look. The one with the one that came out a few years ago.
Does he have CGI like this, brother? All right.
Compare.
There you go. Now I'll put a fight with Octavius.
No, because that has
Octavius, that's a good one.
You want to do that Doc Ock on the train?
Yeah, that's
the one.
Great.
Yeah, Dr. Octavius. That's Doc Ock in it.
It's just this one he gets to the train, I think.
Things depart.
Yeah, this is it. Okay, that's him right there. That's his face, right? That's his face. That's not him. That's all
and
CGI.
that thing is really in front of him.
Yeah, that's all.
Keep
That's
playing.
all CGI.
Yeah, but it still looks bro. This looks Tobey Maguire is the best one
Toby's
hands
the
down,
best
bro.
Spider-Man, man.
Hands
To-
down.
Toby, listen, Toby is the best Spider-Man, right? Because his character, he's the best overall. Let's just be honest, right? Toby Maguire, you saw the death of his uncle, just like Andrew did. The reason that they didn't go back and do the origin story for Spider-Man when he was first came onto set of in 2016 of Spider-Man Civil War, it was no need to do an origin story. We have fucking 5 movies
We
of
know that.
Spider-Man origin stories.
That's
So
the
right,
reason
listen,
why we're
Yeah.
saying it's not good.
listen. If we're talking about who overall who fits the best personality of the, I mean, like overall of the character, Stan Lee even said himself, Tom Holland is the Peter Parker that he imagines. Coming out of the actual person who created the character Spider-Man, he said Tom Holland
That's
is
his
what he looks at
opinion.
as.
That's his
He's the
opinion.
creator. He's the creator. I
So
mean,
hold on. It's just like Elon Musk who owns Teslas. He comes out saying, "Well, this Tesla truck for me is what I imagined as Tesla for when I was making Teslas." Who cares? I bought me the other version of Tesla because I believe that's the Tesla that's okay for me. So that's
yeah,
still
yeah,
his
yeah,
opinion.
yeah. But
He's, he's he's released it to the world. Now everyone's can make their own opinion on what they think is the
so
best
So
Spider-Man.
if the reason Tom Holland's, I like him overall. He's a good guy, honestly, right? The reason why I wasn't a fan of his Spider Man, it's really showed no sign of struggle. You know, he had a aunt that wasn't really struggling with bills. Peter Parker, Tobey Maguire, Spider Man struggled. You saw him trying to get a car to impress MJ. You saw him getting fired from the Daily Bugle. You know what I mean? Like you see all of these things in his
Tobey
character.
Maguire did as well.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Toby. Like you see Toby Maguire reach in
Okay.
his pocket and you see that he doesn't have enough money to go get a hot dog or something. Because he's a broke Spider-Man. That's the lure of the Spider-Man character. He's
Yeah.
not rich. He doesn't have $1 million $1 billion at least in the comics books he does, but Toby Maguire Spider-Man doesn't have $1 billion sugar daddy like, Robert Downey Jr. does with Tom Holland, Iron Man. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't have these things, so the lure of his character will always, stand with people that are just like us. Like if I go ask my brother that's like, 17 years old, man, he's gonna say Tom Holland. He didn't even see any of the Tobey Maguire movies. He said he had to go back and rewatch them. He didn't even see any of Andrew Garfield's movies because you have to go back and rewatch all of these
Yeah.
things. But
At
the
the end of the
reason,
day, it's heavily on opinion based on
yeah,
what you see. Yeah.
but the majority typically rules, and the majority of people go towards Tobey Maguire because his Spider-Man was actually more canon to the comics, despite, like we were just saying, right? Modern,
Agree with
if
us then.
And
we
that
if
May.
yeah, and his animation. If we're going back to the lore of Spider-Man, the character, the majority rules. People are willing to look past CGI with Tobey Maguire's movie.
Mhm.
People are willing to look past like the fact that like the whole Gwen Stacy and MJ thing because Gwen and Peter dated before MJ even came along in the comic books. People are willing to look past that, right? So that's those are some of the things that people are willing to look past, and on top of the organic webs, like people that watch the comic books back in the day, they look past the organic webs that Peter Parker shot out, with Tobey Maguire's
I
version
think
of
that made
Spider
him
Man.
look a lot more special though. You can shoot webs out of
But
his.
that's still not the lore of the character. If we're
I
going to
know
go
it's
based
not.
on
I
the
know
lore of
it's
the
not, but
character,
it just made him feel more badass. You know what I mean, that you can
but
shoot webs out
but now
out your buddy.
people are getting to be a little bit more vocal and everything. Like I was talking to Modern, right? Back in the day, you couldn't invest a role into Spider-Man to a teenager like Tom Holland. That wasn't a thing. You had to go find an older actor like a Tobey Maguire. Like when Tobey Maguire was having back problems in Marvel and Spider-Man 2, they were going to replace him with Jake Gyllenhaal, who played Mysterio in Spider-Man Far From Home. You couldn't entrust a role like of a big IP like Spider-Man to a kid, which is why now Tom Holland has the ability to do that now, and they're transitioning into having more kids play, more comic book
Visual.
lore accurate roles. Like I said, in 2000, you have to go find an older guy and make him look young because the CGI couldn't do that. You have to make him look
Yeah,
prosthetics, makeup, all of those things like that.
that's what
But
I said.
now you can go find a teenager,
Which is the
16-year-old
point I
boy.
made.
That's
Exactly. I totally
so
agree.
so how is it that The
That's what I said.
2009 Batman Arkham Asylum doesn't look better than the 2016, man.
Again, bro, I think Modern Dragon has understood that I'm literally saying the same thing. It's just the way I say it. I say like a curveball where it hits other points and still gets to you. So I'm agreeing with you. Graphics does matter, and that's why I kept on saying. So whether it's old or new, it depends on what you're being pivoted towards based on your experience on what you played back in the days or what your definition of a good game or good movie is. I've just come to the conclusion it is opinion based heavily, 100%. So it doesn't mean that graphics is shit. You gameplay just has to be nice because you prefer the older game, just like I prefer the older movie, just because of an extra attempt that they tried to make the game look better, or how they try to make the movie look better. You said the wrinkles on the Joker's face; those are details. When there was no this fancy ways to make a game this day nowadays, the older way of doing it with all the details they put into it, taking time and everything to that's what I'm saying. So everything makes for a better game. There is no best game. There's always room for improvement. So any game that looks better today and plays better today, if it was to be remade and to make it look better, then yes, because it's gonna be the better version of the game you're playing. Unfortunately, sometimes the game don't come out the way you want it to come out, but that's still opinion based because maybe the older version you preferred it for one reason or the other, and that's pretty much it. Because if the newer versions or the new, I mean, if the newer players play the remastered version or the remake version and never played the original, just like you said, those who watch Tom Holland only know Tom Holland as the best Spider-Man. Those who play the remastered version will only know the Batman remastered version as the best one. Period. There you go. Now, so now you understand my point. When I say my points, I throw like a
We're 2
curveball.
hours in. Let's
It
move
hits
on to
all
the
the
next
points.
topic.
You know what I mean? But that's it. I think we covered pretty much everything though. What else you
Yeah,
want
we
to talk
got
about?
everything. We got everything covered. We talked about the guys that are joining the stream now.
Okay, good.
I got 7 people watching right now. So um long story short, guys, go read around the stream. We talked about the PlayStation 5. We don't have any specs or anything like that. We do know we got some hint of what the model essentially could be about. We
Yeah,
talked
put it up
about
here,
the
put it up here
PlayStation.
so to see as well before we round up so you know what we're talking about.
You probably gonna have to do it. I don't have the tab up.
Don't you have it?
Um
Hold on.
yeah. We talked about the PlayStation state of play. We talked about Marvel Spider-Man 2 DLC speculation. Then we talked a little bit about that's what they're saying that the PlayStation 5 Pro is going to look like. Modern thinks it's supposed to be black. I also think that as
Take it with a
well.
pinch of salt,
Yeah, but
but
that's
this is what
just
it should
yeah.
look like.
This is what they think it's probably going to look like. So yeah, we want to thank you guys for coming out. Modern, thanks for tuning in with us.
Appreciate it, bro.
We hope we didn't take up too much of your time. I know you got to
Yeah.
finish streaming at Batman Arkham City. And thanks for the people that came out: Silent Night, RMX, Darius Brooks, Jarrell, uh, Micah. Yeah, appreciate y'all, man. We catch y'all guys on the next one.
Yeah, man. Really enjoyed talking to you guys, though. Appreciate it.